Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
Okay, yeah. What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas? Hey!
Happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween. It's the end of
Scary
Halloween.
hours, bro.
Scary hours.
Scary hours.
Scary hours. Hey, what is this, man? An, tell me about this. Who are you trying to?
I need to put this on, Joe,
What is this for?
because I'm really embarrassed and ashamed.
Why?
Because, let me tell you the truth, all right? Because I've been hearing for the past 7 years,
All right.
right? Supposedly there was this golden era
Uh-huh.
long before your time.
Long.
There was this golden era
Okay.
that is supposedly on a world domination program.
Okay.
Everything that was on their way or in their way,
Yep.
they would have won it. Clean sweep of every single thing.
I was afraid as well.
Right?
Yep.
And then of recent, lately, it's a bit of a Halloween for them.
Oh my.
Right? Lost to the team that was right at the foot of the table.
Uh-huh.
And then, to compound their misery further, to go one better, hold my beer moment.
All right.
You guys think that was a fluke? Let me prove to you guys one more time.
We can do better.
We can do one more time,
We can
another
do
L
better.
to a team that's on the 19th or in the 19th position.
Exactly.
So I have to put this on because many of my friends belong to that cult.
Uh-huh.
They belong to that contingent. So in all respect and honor, I'm putting this mask on. Paisi lah, Jo. Malu. Malaysia malu.
I don't have a mask, but
Mhm.
a certain fan base that said that this is the only jersey that actually brought glory to me these days.
Okay, Joe, you just got to stop just by showing your badge. You don't have to fondle anything around your badge.
Is this badge though?
Kind
Kind of sounds familiar. We
okay.
were down and out, man.
I hate them. I hate them anyway. But Joe,
But wait.
Hey.
Before
Before.
we start, we have
Before.
another partner of ours.
We do?
We have another partner of ours.
Okay. Who is he, Joe?
He's someone from the Midlands.
From the Midlands, Joe.
From the Midlands, and they said that
Mm.
this guy, he was the reason why Stevie G got sacked. The main reason. It's got
Voodoo?
nothing to do with football.
Voodoo or what?
Voodoo. I don't know, but I don't know. I think the story was
Uh-huh.
Gerard saw his image,
Okay.
and the next thing he knew, he had to get away from Villa, man. They get
That
it from
explains the viral picture. The
He
one that he looks really flabbergasted. Saver Gerrard.
Very, yes.
The one he was out of it. He was doing.
Big time. Exactly. You guys want to know who is it?
I'm very sure they want to know, Joe.
You guys want to know? Just a little bit of a preview or
Yes.
maybe a trailer.
Yes.
About who he is.
Yes, a preview.
Before we bring him with
Yes.
the get up.
Let's roll it.
There you go.
Let's roll it.
And guys, without further ado, is the man himself.
Hey,
The hell is wrong with
wait,
this
I've
man,
seen
man?
this somewhere.
I've seen this somewhere,
I've
guys.
seen this before.
I've been very familiar with this
in
damn
fact,
cave.
last week, right, Joe?
I was there for like a month, for maybe 10 years I was there, bro.
Start of the season, you were there also. First 2 games.
Start of football, I was there.
Start of football, okay.
Yeah.
I was there, remember last week.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey, the hell?
hey,
Bro, this is why Gerard left, man.
hey. This is a kids-friendly show, you know.
This is a kid. This is the Momo, bro. Bro, I remember reading this.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people watch this
Uh-huh.
and then they start to die.
Hey,
Dips.
this could not be good for
This could not be good for
Unai
Gerrard.
Emery.
I don't know.
Unai Emery.
Unai Emery.
Unai.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Would you be happy with this?
Maybe. But then, Dips, are you there?
Momo,
are
you there, Momo?
We need you, Momo.
Hey, what up, fellas? How are y'all? Hey, do you all see that earlier? What the hell was that, man?
Oh, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, man.
But the thing is, Dibs,
What
I
is
don't
it?
know if you see something, man. We gave you a little tribute, though.
Yeah. No, Joe.
But
No, wait. To do justice,
Yeah.
play it again.
play it again. I think we gotta play that again,
We
guys.
play it again.
We got like 5 million viewers watching. Daryl just texted me and
Yes.
said, "Bro, we gotta play that."
Daryl wants to see it one more time. For Daryl, we do it again.
Daryl.
Sunil, okay, keep your hands away from the tissue.
Yes,
All right.
roll it. Ding, ding, ding. I'm wondering, did
I
he
tell you.
celebrate Deepavali or Deepavali celebrated him?
I think it's the other way around. Deepavali celebrated him.
I've got 2 syllables for y'all. 2 syllables, not 2 words. 2 syllables. Buto.
Fellas,
I
welcome
tell
back
you,
once again.
This is faster than paparazzi news flying, you know.
We are faster, man. We are fast.
We are always
This is
talking,
what
man.
it is. But fellas, once again, welcome back once again to the big focus
Yes,
on a
sir.
Tuesday night. And we are going to cover a lot of juicy stories today. But before we start, fellas, please
Yes.
do not forget to like, share, and subscribe
Yes,
to
sir.
our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok as well.
Yep,
Because of
coming up.
TikTok which is where we found Dip's video of Deepavali celebrating him. So without any further ado, we are going to bring our beautiful guest. All right, guys. One guest is actually on fire. Spending, dancing, Habibi, and all this,
Yeah.
doing lots
You
of
need
shit.
a video for that person.
We tried to get a video,
You
but
can say what do you say? What do you say?
he might sue us. Huh?
What do you say? Over to you, Arsenal, someone.
Over-
Over to you, Arsenal, huh?
And we've got another resident guest as well. He's been always, very loyal to us. All we got to do is
No, funny enough,
Fun-
he asked us the question off air.
Yeah.
Why is it that every single time my team
team
loses a
loses,
match,
you call
you
me?"
call me?
no, bro. I mean, the thing is, we actually didn't want to feature you, but
Yes.
then under the
Under Bopian Act.
under the Bopian Act, we had to activate the last lever, which is you. So, yeah, here comes Daryl, and here comes Sunil. What's up, boys?
What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up, Abu Mayan?
You see a tongue all come out.
Divan.
Baby?
Even buy condo.
No,
New, yeah.
it's not here comes sooner. Here comes the money.
See, Deepavali celebrating him until he can buy condo and all this.
That's right.
Hey guys, but wait. Let's give a bit of an assessment in terms of the video just now. The aneh goreng mak.
Inna Mike Goreng.
Ina Mike goreng. Ina Mike goreng. We'll start off with Sunil. Alright, if you're a judge right now on Singapore's Got Talent, and if the video came to you, alright, for an audition, would you give him the golden ticket?
Come on,
Well,
we gave you a 4-0, bro. So you give it
No, judging by the first half performance,
you will not get relegated.
yes. Will you be impressed or not?
I think this is like VJ level, no?
VJ
This is
level.
like VJ level.
VJ
I
level.
was shaking, no?
My God.
Daryl, you've known Tips for maybe a good number of years. Was that one of the most embarrassing moments that you have to witness from a friend of yours?
No, lah, I think it was very good. Lah.
Oh,
I mean,
very good.
You look like a hero.
One season ago, Daryl would have definitely turned this into a mentor, man. Oh, man, he's hurt.
But Joe, we've got Daryl on board with us. Of course,
Yeah.
he is always our resident expert and also our favorite guest when it comes to Liverpool.
Yes,
We got a lot of time for this boy because he always tells you as it is. Always the
Yes.
truth, nothing but the
Very
truth.
real.
But also right now, there's a bit of a side gig. I want him to pull the plug. Daryl, I know something's happening right in the middle of town. You
Yeah.
got this little pub that you guys just opened up, and also I heard football screening as well. Your chance, bro. Pull the plug, man.
Yeah, so we are just opened this place called Alcoholics at Aliwal Street. So it's a sports bar basically, not only football. If you want to watch UFC, cricket, like boxing, whatever lah. So that's the main purpose
Oh.
of this pub lah.
I've
So
seen also
we-
chicken chop biryani, man. That is probably the combination you never thought you needed.
Yeah.
Chicken chop biryani, you do.
So the food and all the big appetizer is good. The beer prices is good.
Uh-huh.
So please drop by, guys. Watch live
have to.
football.
Is the beer
there's
halal?
multiple screen. Yeah. It is
yeah.
for you, can none. So
Okay,
World Cup.
there you go.
We're
So
trying to
in
make it a
case-
World Cup to be.
Yes, World Cup.
thrown
What's
there.
happening with the World Cup? Anything happen?
So World
anything
Cup,
big
we're
with
trying
World
to push for at least 3 o'clock in the morning.
Cup? Uh-huh.
At least you can watch the 12 a.m. games also.
Whoa, there you go. Perfect.
so it's a good place to watch
You got
all
a sport,
World
you
Cup
got the
games.
food, you got the boost, you got the
Yeah,
company, you've
got
got World
everything.
Cup as well. What else do you
Yeah.
need, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Alcoholics SG. Check them out, right, on all social media platforms, especially Facebook. And then there is it halal for the food?
yes,
Daryl?
yes, yes.
Yes lah, there halal lah.
Mio, the food is halal, Mio. But
Yeah, Mio, you don't ask so much question. If not, this is what's going to happen, huh?
Oh my god, sorry.
No, he's asking for halal food, but he supports a haram club. Manchester United. Okay, but boys, we've got a lot right now installed. But hey, not only for the fact that we have, our normal, we
Yep.
going through the rigmarole of what happened really last week,
Big time.
all the normal jazz. But today is slightly special because why? If you guys have actually read our copywriting in terms of our content,
Yep.
we've got this little gift or this prize giveaway that we want to actually execute right now.
Yes.
It's very simple, guys. You just need to watch the show. Okay, so at every interval, we will be giving you 3 sets of clues.
Just-
3 clues. All right. So it's guess who I am. It's a Premier League player actively still playing.
Yep.
All right. So there you go. It's called Guess Who I Am.
Yep.
Look out for the clues. It will appear in the ticker. Joe, why not? For a start, before we start the show, show the first clue first, buddy. All right. The first clue for tonight is on the screen right now. I have played with Dennis Zakaria.
Yep.
I played with Dennis Zakaria. That is the first clue, boys. All right. So don't give us the answer. Is you should not put in, or Josh, you should not plan in the answers in the
Right.
comment section.
Not now. Yeah.
DM us, Joe.
DM us.
DM us, all right,
Yep.
either on Facebook or on Instagram with the answer. And then what's going to happen? End of the month, we are going to collect all the answers. And if you got all the 3 answers right,
Yes.
you stand to chance, or you stand a chance to win $50 just like that.
Yep.
Just like that.
You walk away with $50
Yes.
just by
Yes.
answering a quiz.
All right, so this is the first clue for tonight. I have played with Dennis Zakaria. Hang on, in half an hour time, there will be another clue, and then towards the end, there will be another one to wrap up this particular player still actively playing, still playing his straight in the Premier League. All right, there you go. All right, so let's go on with the first one, first big one. It's the
Oh, I
big
look.
show.
I thought this was the last one. No?
This one, Klopp looks like as though he came out of some Halloween movie,
No,
That is the Halloween mask.
that was the reaction I got when Joe told me he was going to upload a video. And then
Hey, you wait. There's one more coming for you. I'll send in the group chat. Next week, I will upload this, not in the group chat.
Oh my god.
But Joe, we're gonna start with this one. Another week, another shocker.
Another shocker, man. This is unbelievable.
Ah.
This is the last thing I ever saw coming from Liverpool, though. It's just unbelievable.
You thought last week was bad. You thought last week was
Yeah.
catastrophic. And
Yep.
then they went on to do another one.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled, right?
Guys,
So they
guys,
another
guys,
one.
guys,
And the
I
best
tell
thing
you,
is, and the best thing was,
Joe.
ah,
Don't talk so much. Let look at Daryl. Let him talk.
You
Let
guys
him
carry
talk.
on talking.
no, before we pass him before we pass him the spot, right? We have to decorate first. Okay?
we had to
because
decorate,
why last week
Put some shining bits.
last week they did it against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom.
Yep.
And then it was against Leeds this time. And this is the best time for them to bounce, right? Because of that record. Van Dijk has never lost in front of a full crowd at Anfield. Forget what happened during the COVID season.
Don't talk about Van Dijk.
Don't talk about
I've never seen Liverpool lost in Anfield ever since Klopp took over.
that. And that's a testament. That's a testament of
I've never seen
how
it.
good they have been.
Like literally watch the game, watch the game and all this.
But then again,
I've
they have lost a couple of games, right? When it was pandemic,
Mm.
closed stadium, but they don't count that.
Yeah.
They don't count that. They only take the stats when it matters to them. Okay.
Trophy presentation.
But then, and before that, right? Because Daryl is the right guy for us when it comes to Liverpool.
Yes.
There's also something really heart wrenching and really gut wrenching, right? I want you all to read this up, all right? There you go. Sorry, we gotta take this, man.
We gotta go this.
Yes,
We're not
Joe.
fixing this.
Yes.
It's broken beyond repair. It's a complete rebuild job, which history tells us our owners will not finance.
Oi.
I really feel for Klopp here.
Mm.
He should be riding the wave of the club he built up, not bringing on Milner or Jones.
Ooh.
I don't care whether you're FSG in
Ah.
or FSG out or
Right.
anywhere in between. Bottom line is this squad needs a rebuild.
Mm.
Either invest into the club to fund it or sell that to someone else that will sell to buy can only take us so far.
Mm.
Klopp cannot be doing David Copperfield things every season. Unfortunately, the magic stops here. Please back the man.
All right. So there's the, you look at Daryl's expression.
Bro.
Like, where the hell did they get this
Where
from?
did they get-
Don't worry that we'll be in the same boat. Finally, some video will appear.
Please don't ever compare my Liverpool to yours. mate.
Hey Daryl, but those words,
Oh.
I can feel you. I know what you're going through. Now you have the chance, man. Talk us through. Go on.
no, tell me.
I think the only good thing is going to happen to Liverpool is the World Cup is coming in another 2 weeks time.
Mhm.
I think that's the very plus point for Liverpool. I feel after the World Cup, a lot of players are not going. Salah will not go. I think Nunes goes, but I think Diaz not going, Jota is not going, and stuff like that. Matip and all also not going. So I think it's actually a good thing that's going to happen for Liverpool, because I feel that after that, when Premier League kicks off is what 26th of December.
Yep.
Then 4 more days.
And guess who you all playing on 26th of December?
Who, I don't know who is it.
Aston Villa.
Oh, he remembers the fixture. He is probably the only fan right now in this entire earth that remembers the fixture game by game.
Oh,
But if you ask him, I never watch. But he will remember the fixture.
You see what happens when I watch a game, we lose 4-0. But first half we played well. Huh?
First time you played well.
I think from the first half, you all will survive.
Yeah, first up only,
It's
right?
always the first half.
We'll
Okay,
come
this,
to
this, this is not about Villa, not about Newcastle. Sorry, Daryl. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So,
Okay, but
so
Darren, you mentioned that
yeah.
the World Cup right now on the horizon, that could probably be the perfect reset for you. I got this question, man. I really have this question because I follow Liverpool closely, not by choice, not by my own volition, right? Because my wife is a hardcore Liverpool fan. So she
Okay.
forces me to watch every game. And the performance, the difference between Champions League Liverpool and Premier League Liverpool is really night and day. Bar the match against Napoli where you guys got completely walled up.
Mhm.
It has been impressive, right? You're coming up with big score lines, and where in terms of the attacking play, it's what you expect from Liverpool, blood and thunder football. But how come when it comes to Liverpool, you guys usually bow off the match on a whimper, man?
I feel that playing in Champions League is totally from playing against like a Leeds United team, or
Mm.
run do a lot of running and stuff like that. I feel that in Champions League you can tweak your formation here and there, to counter attack Ajax team. Even when you watch against Ajax also, actually Ajax played very well for the first 30 to 40 minutes. It's just that when they lose counter, and that's when Liverpool capitalize on that lah.
Mhm.
So it's not as though that Liverpool is doing like wow. They got actually quite a easy group, if you ask me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you can compare the Premier League and Champions League performance lah.
Oh, what a time to be a Liverpool fan, right? Because I'm
What a
really
time.
confused, man. I don't know about you, Joe. Because this is the team that was on the brink, on the verge of greatness.
Yep.
One
Yep.
game away, right, to actually secure at least a treble, right, against
Yep.
against Real Madrid in Champions League.
No, I'll go for quadruple. They could have ended up
if,
quadruple.
If,
Yep.
if not for the previous ex Aston Villa manager losing it, right, bottling it up, that could have been an unprecedented quadruple.
Exactly.
Sunil, gotta ask you as a neutral observer. Previously he was, but now that his club is flying high,
He can't.
he's watching people around him.
Watch it.
Let's see how Arsenal reacts.
Unbelievable.
Let's see how
how
Arsenal reacts.
this Habibi, like this Habibi, all right. This
You see,
Habibi is
Daryl walked away.
the second story, The thing is, this fella was very quiet.
Very quiet, the first time.
Very
shy, want to
very
talk.
shy, and he was just at some point in time, right? He was like acting like a pirate. When usually know how pirates are. They're so loner. They're always in the ship drinking. So I just want to give you an example, guys. This is what happens when Newcastle, a fan, all right, before the takeover happened.
Nah, Sunil.
All right, you're like a loner. You're trying to kill someone. End up you're trying to kill yourself. There's no life. No, you just don't know what's happening. All right, lowest time. This is in their lowest life of your form. But the moment a Saudi Habibi comes over, bro, look at the glow. Look at that glow, my man. Dude traded a knife for a glass of whiskey. Bro,
Hey,
that's
from a Sinbad to a bad boy.
to a bad boy.
I tell you, you two have too much freedom. I'm going to delete all the graphics of
Man.
it. I just saw
How-
one more.
That's how we rolled it.
I didn't do this.
I just saw one more graphic. I'm deleting the graphic.
This was a part of the plan.
No wonder the two of you are together lah.
Okay, but so back on to you, man. Liverpool right now, like I mentioned, what is getting to me, what boggles my mind is that difference in terms of Champions League Liverpool and also Premier League Liverpool. And when it comes to the decline, because you're talking about just over a span of 3 months in May,
Yeah.
right? They were on the brink, and then come August when the ball was being kicked to start the season, you cannot recognize this team anymore.
I think we, even in our snapshot predictions, we had Liverpool runners up to take the title.
Oh yeah.
Runners up, right? We had them very high, and I think it was unanimous. Everyone was like, okay, Liverpool first, Liverpool second, Liverpool first, Liverpool second. It's just that I think they've been really unfortunate with injuries. Like, this reminds me of the time when Van Dijk got taken out by Pickford. Remember that?
Yeah.
That tackle or no,
Season,
what Pickford was doing, lah.
yeah.
But ever since then, it showed a weakness. If you take away certain key players in Liverpool, the depth is not there. I mean, obviously, you can't fight with the Man Cities and everything, but the depth is not there. And like what Daryl said, I pity Klopp. Klopp is literally putting together a team that I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to put his name around. It's just that it'll be unfortunate, lah. But like what Daryl said, if they go to the World Cup and they get proper rest, hopefully their injuries get better. I mean, it could backfire also, lah.
Yeah.
If Salah goes down, I mean, if Van Dijk goes down, or
Mm.
I think if Joe Gomez goes down, it won't be such a bad thing, lah.
Tips.
Won't even go to the World Cup. That's the other thing.
Tips. Is it that straightforward, Derek? And are we being overly simplistic, saying that World Cup and then right after that they rest up, get another shot, another bite at the cherry when it comes to preseason? Because I know Klopp was complaining right there about not having enough time for the
No,
preseason.
because I feel you need to understand that last year they played every game.
Yeah, they did.
Every game till the last day. They played every game, and knowing Klopp's system of football, you don't like when you compare to a Arteta team or a Pep Guardiola team. They play good football, but when you see Jurgen Klopp's team, you need a lot of stamina to play football with this team.
Yes, definitely.
They outround everyone every week. So I foresee. It's not only I foresee that mistakes on his part as well, that he didn't foresee this coming. There's no excuse for Van Dijk's deep of form. Fabinho is playing bad. Arnold is playing bad. Robertson is okay. Alisson was, I think, like our best player this season.
Yeah.
So it's not really the injury. Yeah, lah, injury is injury lah. But like the key players are not performing. So I feel that they don't have competition for their places. Like for example, Fabinho don't have competition for him.
Mhm.
So I feel that they didn't invest in the summer, because before they went for Nunes, they were going for the touch money from Real Madrid.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep,
too
Tchouaméni.
smart.
So
Yes.
so Klopp knows that he needs a midfielder there. But I don't know why they didn't. They took a last day to bring in to Arthur Melo, which I completely knew then was just a waste of time.
He's treating
so-
Liverpool like a hotel room,
Yeah.
Check in, rest up, don't even bother to go into the sun anymore.
Big time. But looking at the list of Liverpool's injuries is huge. I think a lot of other fans are saying that injuries are part of the game, but this is literally the first team that I think.
Oh yeah, boy. Look at
Konate
that.
used to play in the first teams. Matip played in the first team. Nunes, yes, he's injured, but he's back right now. But he's not
Jota
shooting. Jota is
recently
another
got
one.
injured, yeah.
Arthur, he's a backup player. No, he's a
Do they
utility player.
do they even know who Arthur is?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they even know that? Yeah. And Thiago, I think Thiago and Luis Diaz. I think these two
Instrumental.
is instrumental. Yes, because Luis Diaz was brought in to replace Mane. And Thiago is literally the heartbeat of Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that was also difficult to bring. But Dibs, we can go on and on about injuries, these injuries that. But I want to take us back like 4 years back when Liverpool started to really conquer the entire world. And year after year, they started to win trophies, Champions League, the Premier League, and then the FA Cup, the League Cup, and whatnot. But in between each time they won something, they did not invest. And teams like a Villa or teams like Southampton, these teams, I'm just saying, these teams were investing despite not winning anything. Like we even like United or Arsenal, we were buying players despite not even Newcastle. We bought players despite not winning anything. But here's a team had one of the best managers in the world, had the best players in the world, had the best coaching, medical. You can go on and on and on about this. The best of the best. They had a state of the art facilities, everything, but yet they did not invest. Is this the issue? Go for it.
I thought they don't buy players, they create superstars.
Fully loaded,
Bro,
But anyways,
I went on a beautiful composition. I went on a beautiful era. From a United fan point of view, I took so nicely.
Play the
And
video.
all you did was, I thought they create superstars.
Play the video and
Yeah, I even say
Yeah.
state of the art.
Every single time he speaks rubbish, we gotta play that video. One more time, Tips. One more time, you utter garbage from your mouth, that video will come out.
But Dips, since
I
you
give
brought
you,
up
I
the
give
point,
you all these photos
since
lah.
my man, my
Okay,
man.
this is gonna be a long night, man. Today.
Okay,
It's gonna
fine,
be a
fine.
long night.
No, okay.
Dips, you do know, right? I saw my photo, then I didn't say
I want
anything
to
about it.
privatize my account right now.
Joel Embiid no, Joel Embiid.
But
No
Dips,
lah,
but
I
then
mean-
back to the point, Dips. You actually brought up a very good point.
Investment.
Investment, and also why a need to sign a superstar now when back then the fans of Liverpool were actually saying that we don't need to sign superstars.
Oh,
They create them.
problem.
Go
Okay,
for
wait,
it.
I will come back to the first question, right? Which aren't actually posted, which is the World Cup break, right?
Yeah.
I think it is a good time as well for Liverpool because with players coming over for injuries and players not going to World Cup, obviously you have that mini preseason with 4 weeks break in between. I think it will do Liverpool as a club. I think it will do them good, right?
We are not
Whether
sponsored
they,
by Nescafe, guys. Just saying.
whether they come back the second half of the season and just get the ball rolling, that is yet to be seen, lah, right? I mean, but the next question that begs to differ, yes, state of the art, title after title, Champions League, EPL, whatever they've won in the past 4 years, right? The question then remains to be seen. I think it's something only Daryl and probably the Liverpool fans can answer is why has FSG not invested? Because you see, initially I was under this impression that FSG has been spending money, right? They have been doing that.
Yep.
But the more I see Liverpool fans talking, have they really been, has FSG been spending money or has he been spending the money that he actually recouped from the sales of players? If you think about it, Coutinho was sold for 100 over million. And from that sale, they bought Ellison and Van Dijk, if I'm
Dijk,
not
yeah.
wrong, right? And I think those were two very key buys that they made, right? But apart from that, who else have they bought for mega bucks? Jota, 40 million. I mean, that's a current rate for a lot of players these days. Luis
Yep.
Diaz was what, 40, 45?
Even Fabinho came in at a really hefty price.
Yep.
Yeah, but
came
Fabinho was already
from
in the
that money,
team.
from that pool of money they got. Yeah.
From that pool of money. So I'm talking about money after that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't write off Darwin Núñez as a flop yet because sometimes you have to give players the second season. The first season, you have to give them.
But
Some
have you
players-
seen Twitter though? After the match against Leeds United, there was a picture of Darwin Núñez squaring up against Melcier, right, one on one, where you expect him to really bulge the net.
Yeah.
He obviously missed, and then Twitter wrote, "If 30 years ago, if Núñez was the shooter, for Tupac will be celebrating 51st birthday yesterday."
But I've learned one thing, bro. I've learned one thing.
Errol, we would have invited Tupac to alcohol.
Never. Twitter is toxic. Elon Musk should have just bought over Twitter to shut it down. Right? It's toxic as hell.
If Núñez was the shooter, he was the hitman for Tupac. Tupac would have been celebrating his birthday today.
I mean, you gotta give them time. I mean, you gotta give them time. Coming from the Premier Liga, in Portugal, not everyone can hit the ground running. Like likes of Haaland and all of that. So, I mean, I want to hear from Daryl actually. Like, why are they not
Yeah.
spending? What is
Daryl,
FSG
okay.
spend? Has FSG have they ever released a statement?
I want to go back to this, right? We mentioned that, of course, at this current moment, the central theme towards this complaint, the bulk of the complaint comes about, it surrounds and revolves around FSG.
Yep.
But I'm looking at the players right now, your players, when it comes to the Premier League, it seems like some of them, again, I might be wrong. I want to hear it from you. They look really disinterested. And we talk about potentially having a reset after the World Cup, we talk about investment. I am coming from this school of thought that maybe some of your players like Van Dijk, who has missed a big European tournament the previous time because of his ACL, is he giving just 50%? Is he just getting by games, going through the motion because he does not want to be injured once again?
I'm not sure, Han. I'm really not sure about this, but they look very tired to me when I see them now. Like Van Dijk, Fabinho, Henderson.
You know why?
They
I say
look
that?
very tired to me.
Because right after we had one international break, right, which they went for 2 weeks. I think Van Dijk, he played against Germany. He put in a stellar performance, man of the match, 1-0, and he was really at the heart of the
But
performance.
even against City also he did well.
Yeah,
but it's just that
he has a
consistency.
moment when he wants to switch on. Is it because of the World Cup that's coming? No, that is now
Hopefully
occupying
not
his mind.
lah. Hopefully it's not the case lah. But that's why I say I'm really also not sure about this statement that you just said lah. But like I want to go back to the point where great managers do. Like 4 years, you cannot, like Alex Ferguson. Let's talk about Alex Ferguson. He changed three title-winning teams. Even though he wins the Premier League, he gets like Luis Zaha, Alan Smith, players like that. You need to do this. You need to do this. I do. I think Arsene Wenger also failed doing that.
Yeah, he
Like
failed. He failed.
failed doing that, but
And that's why he
you
came
know,
out only with 3 titles over 22 years.
but look at Alex Ferguson. He keep doing it, keep doing. I think that's what Liverpool should do. I don't. Okay, we don't need to buy like what you say, 60, 70 million. Go and do the Jurgen Klopp is good in finding the Gini Wijnaldums, the
Yes,
Robertsons.
correct.
Go and
Those
go and
key
get
players.
them again. Go and find them again. His contract is up to 2026. So I think he needs to build another Liverpool team,
Yeah.
4 or 5 players inside to actually have a go again. If you ask me.
I want to pick this
Oi.
comment up from Premnath, right? He
Let's go.
says, and I think let me just continue. So what happened was he said the World Cup reset will not do. We can see goes back the same argument. Fatigue player plays continuously. These players played 63 games last year, right? I mean, I just want to bring this up. I mean, you guys are then a victim of your own success there, right? 63 games last year. Like, you guys have played so well. Like what you said, Daryl played every single game possible, right? And I mean, that's what your team did. You guys are, not this against Liverpool. You guys are up there, one of the best teams in the world. So how can this be an excuse? Is what I'm going to ask. Like the players played 63 games,
The
yes,
fatigue and
but
stuff.
you can't then say you're a victim of your own success. Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you need to understand that Klopp's game of playing, you need a lot of training. So now, like for the week, like it's coming, Leeds, Newcastle. Every 3 days we have one game. It's not really helping Liverpool. He needs to do a lot of training in the field for them to actually execute the way he wants to play football. That's why you always look at him moaning about he wants the 5 substitutes to come in. He was always moaning about no Christmas break. Why isn't so he always likes to focus more on training. I feel that after the preseason he didn't get what he wanted,
Yep. Yep.
you know, and stuff lah.
Okay, I got this one for you, right? Again, guys, those who are watching right now, please chime in as well. We want to hear from you,
Yep.
not only from the 4 or even 5 of us. This was really intriguing, man. I bumped into this
Oh
because
my
when
god,
when it comes when it comes to nightmare, right,
I
nothing
hate
comes
this guy, man.
nothing comes bigger. Nothing comes bigger for a Liverpool fan, right, than Roy Hodgson. When every single time when you talk about, if you want to test a man's loyalty, all right, get a Liverpool guy because they stuck through the era of Roy Hodgson, and that is the true litmus test of loyalty. Because when they talk about Roy, Joe,
Yep.
it's as if Roy was the craziest thing that has ever happened
Absolute
to their football
Halloween
club,
nightmare. That's the Momo.
and that's the moment for them. But look at this, Joe, Tips and also Sunil.
Yeah.
16 points, right? They mirror each other points after 12 games. Of course, we are talking about two different subjects here.
Mhm.
Klopp has a lot of credit in the bank
Yes,
in
and
comparison to
Roy
Roy.
is
Yep, Roy was
scrap.
an unknown quantity,
Yeah.
let's say that. All right, for Liverpool, not in the English game.
Yep.
I know it's crazy that we are doing this comparison, but Sunil, uh, I also believe, right, that every man has the natural end, natural end to their shelf life.
Yep.
I'm not trying to imply anything, all right, but I'm not also trying to implicitly say that should we not talk about life after Klopp, but we shouldn't dismiss it, right?
Yeah, I think we shouldn't, because like I remember in the previous session where we had the Liverpool fan that came on. I don't remember his name. There was a Malay guy who came on. He was a Liverpool fan, so I actually put it to him. I asked him, if let's say
East, yeah.
Yep.
yes, sorry, yeah, I asked him, if let's say there was a bigger manager, a bigger name that was available, and he actually told me that he would be keen on Zidane, he would be keen on
Tuchel, right? He said,
Tuchel, he'd be keen on both of them.
yeah.
So, like, I mean, if you ask me personally, I don't know. I think maybe would it actually do them good? I feel like maybe they should consider that possibility. But to sack Klopp after all he's done,
Yeah.
wow, that's such a big reach, man. I
But
mean,
That'll be World War III, bro.
No, but you see,
That will be World War
to
III.
add on to what Sunil said as well, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. I read this somewhere. Klopp was at FC Mainz for 7 seasons, and then followed by
7 year
Dortmund for
each, right?
7 seasons.
Dortmund.
yeah.
And this is the 7th season with Liverpool, right?
Yep.
I mean, could that also run into play? Not saying that he's bad after 7 years. 7 years at a club in this era is
It's
actually
long,
quite
man.
long.
That's a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's quite long, right?
Yeah,
7 years.
especially there, yeah.
And it's extended till 2016. So that's going to make him up to what, 10, 12 years, 11 years, if I'm not wrong, right? Burnout. He may have been, he may be burned out, or like what I think, even, I mean, as much as what we did, what we tell Ridwan, I think he had a good point, and if I can find that, this one.
Mm.
Klopp cannot play the same formation every game. He's got. I mean, we're not talking about every game you change your formation and style. Maybe you got to tweak your gameplay a bit because opponents may know how Liverpool plays. Considering that now they are also going through the injury crisis,
Yep.
it's probably even easier to play against them.
All right, Daryl.
Yeah.
So this one is for you, man. Let's talk about the future of Klopp.
Yeah.
Can
Let's talk about
I
that.
cannot imagine saying this.
Yeah.
The future of Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
the,
I've never
the
thought of saying
miracle
this.
worker, man.
Yeah,
who,
yeah.
who I deem to be the next best thing right after Pep and Mourinho. Klopp.
Yes.
Klopp is the guy.
Correct.
But I know he's the greatest. I think the greatest advert for Premier League.
Yep.
And he is also a true blue testament of you can win the title without really spending
Yes,
crazy
on a
money.
small budget.
Yeah, on a small
Yeah.
budget. I think he's really a good advert for football, especially English game, where the money right now is going through the roof.
Yeah.
But Daryl, can we look past life
After Klopp.
after
Beyond-
Klopp,
beyond
beyond Klopp right
no,
now?
no. Answer is no. I don't like what he said. What Tuchel and who?
Tuchel, Zidane.
They will never work
Poch,
under
Poch.
how FSG's policy, man. The FSG is not going to throw them. Zidane and especially Zidane. Okay,
Hmm.
he will never work under FSG's policy. Like, correct what Prem said.
Mhm.
I think FSG fooled us with Jurgen Klopp. If they would have appointed any other manager, we wouldn't achieve what we achieved the past 4 to 5 years.
Mhm.
So when we were achieving, we didn't realize actually FSG is not spending
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So now when it comes to the seventh season, then we will know like, hey, actually this is happening. And I feel Klopp also, he needs to, his fault is that he likes to show so much of loyalty to his
Yeah, the
players.
blind faith and loyalty,
Yeah.
Daryl.
Yeah,
What it-
Milner, Curtis Jones, they are not
Oxlade
good
Chamberlain,
enough to be a Liverpool.
he's been trusting these players
Yeah,
way too much. Yeah.
he needs to go to. You look at a Man City team that won the recent title 3 or 4 years back,
Yep.
and look at the team today. It's
No.
like 4
Yeah.
or 5 players are gone. It's not
But
there.
Daryl, Jurgen is an old dog, man. Do you think he can still take up new tricks?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He will.
Pep is like still.
Because that has been the fabric of Pep, which
Mhm.
is constant
Yeah.
regeneration of the
Constant
squad.
changing. Yeah.
Yeah, that has always been him. But this is Klopp. This is his trademark.
Yeah,
He wouldn't change it for anything in the world. So
I don't think he will change his formation. So once he gets back, especially the midfield areas to cover up for the full backs. That's how Liverpool plays. Their key players are the Robertson and Trent. So when the past why they were so successful because Anderson and Wijnaldum or Thiago, they were like covering up for the full backs. But now I think the midfield has lost their legs and all stuff. So
Yeah.
I think once he gets back, I heard that I just read a very good source from Twitter that
not from
winter
Ridwan. Is it from Muhammad Ridwan?
No. For
from January they're trying to go for a DM and they're trying to go for a centre mid. So let's see from there. So that's why I'm saying it's a good break for them.
Again, is available.
McGinn is available.
But Daryl,
No.
Come, let me drive him to Melbourne.
question.
Hey, but
There's Sunil or something.
Sunil.
Yes, Sunil.
If let's say when will you stop the rot? Okay, when do you consider it's too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Question.
when will I consider for me it's like, okay, I think Jurgen has done what he can. Is when
If he drops the next 2 games,
no, I don't
Still
think it's this
have what
season.
apart
If
from
this season as a Liverpool fan for me,
So it's a
if I
free
don't
pass.
even qualify for Champions League or Europe, I'm okay.
Oh.
I'll just take it at okay. I start again next year.
Okay.
I have full because next year there's no international tournaments in between. I think Jurgen Klopp can do something in the preseason and can see go again. When
And
the question will come when end of
next
2-0.
season,
Yeah.
what if that
next
season
year.
comes in and then
Yeah, then-
really shit
Yeah,
happens?
then we have to see did FSG after giving him the money and he still never deliver, then I think that's the best he can do already lah. If you ask
My
me.
man is not going to say it out
He's
loud.
not gonna-
So, Daryl,
We're trying to lay the trap, but
trying
he's
to
not
lay the
entering.
trap.
So Daryl, let me then put this to you, right? Okay. So let's put
Liverpool,
Klopp out of the question. So
Full of
because
vengeance.
we all know Klopp is a world class manager, right? So we put Klopp out. Now, I see a lot of Liverpool fan base actually saying that FSG is the root cause of all this problem,
Especially Said
right?
Faris. Now, just say the name, Said Faris.
Okay. No. I mean, I think I've seen Liverpool fans, a lot of Liverpool
Because
fans
of
say
this,
that
because
as
of
well.
this,
Okay.
because of this
But-
alone.
But my question here is,
Uh-huh.
if FSG does not sell up and they're adamant that they don't want to sell
Sell the club?
the club, right?
No,
Because
they are
every-
not going to do. They definitely won't sell the
so
club.
where does that then leave Liverpool? This is not about club anymore,
Yeah.
because you can get a new manager to come in, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
this will probably continue. So what do you see of Liverpool maybe in the next
What
few
does
seasons?
where does that leave
Back
Liverpool?
to-
where does that leave them?
Back to Joel's favorite years lah.
This one lah.
Back to that, guys. It's literally back to 2013. I really feel that right now what Liverpool is going through, right? They are going through the last year of what Ferguson went through. So before Ferguson decided to retire, right, this is what he asked the Glazers. He said, "Get me Ronaldo back and get me Gareth Bale. I just need these two players, and I'll probably win the Champions League in the next season, and I'll probably retire after that, and we'll see how it goes." And that is what he wanted. He just needed new players. Just two players. That's all he needed. He asked the American owners. They said no. They gave him a bunch of clowns, and he decided to leave. And that's where the downfall started. Right now, I feel that's where Liverpool are heading. They have a vast of experience in the glory days. They had fun. They played one of the best footballs all over. And then Klopp needs players right now.
Yep.
And as an American owner, he will not get the players. They will just get the players based on what the funding is. And it's American owners. They rather spend the money on their MLS, what's the club? Boston Red Sox, rather than they will spend for Liverpool, because they get more recognition there in
And they are actually buying a basketball team now.
Yeah,
and it's going to buy.
it's bigger money, right? When it
and
comes
yeah,
to the
and it's
American
also
franchises.
bigger money, when it comes to American franchise as well. So it's difficult. So are we going to be seeing like Klopp saying maybe next season he's like, you know what, you're not going to get me players. I can't do anything much. I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit annoyed. I think I'll call it quit.
There is a chance. Joel. I totally agree. There's a chance about it, but I hope so. That's not lah. But I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't
That's your
shock
only
me.
hope, lah.
But I think Gerrard is the hope right now.
No.
Okay, now that we have done Liverpool,
Agree.
Daryl, stay on, man. All right, I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
love it. I got a lot of time for this guy because he always tells.
I'll
the
come
truth.
to alcoholics, man.
Yes, just for that. All right. So we move on to the next one, guys. Liverpool done out of the way. Let's talk about. You want to talk about the happy stuff? We want to talk about the sad stuff again.
Let's talk about this first. We have
Yes.
clue number 2.
Guess who I am? Clue number 2 coming up, guys.
Clue number 2 coming up.
For
guys.
those who have just tuned in, what is this Guess Who I Am? So right now, Napshot, we are feeling festive because of this particular reason. Joe, can we get this one? Yes. For this particular reason, why we are feeling Yes, because of that, okay, we are feeling really festive right now. So every week, starting from today's show, we are going to give out 3 clues.
I resign.
Wow, 3 different sets of intervals. All right, the first clue, Joe, was I've played with Dennis Zakaria.
Yep.
All right, that was the first clue, guys. This is the second one. Let's drop the bad boy right now, Joe. This is the big one. I have won 4 Premier League titles. Yes, 4 Premier League titles. So the first clue, I've played with Dennis Zakaria. The second clue, I've won 4 Premier League titles.
Exactly.
All right, so it's very simple. This game, you can walk away $50 end of November. Just give us the answer right after the show. You can do this on the catch up as well. You don't have to necessarily watch this live,
Yes.
right? Don't plan in the answers in the comment box because you don't want others to be copying your answers. So you got to do this when you do the answer.
Correct.
Leave it. All right, in full privacy. Do it via DM or PM, Facebook, or also Instagram. And then we go on for another 3 more shows. This is the first one.
Yep.
So you got to give us 3 correct answers. End of November, if you are picked, you are walking with $50 courtesy
$50,
of
$50.
Tiban Ramani.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. It's from me.
Okay, Joe. Let's go on with the next one.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do the happy stuff.
The
Let's do
happy stuff, the happy
if you're
stuff.
Happy, you clap your hand.
Habibi. Hey, sorry.
This one,
It's the wrong one. It's the wrong one, boys. The wrong one. We are looking up on Habibi, boy.
Yes, Eddie delivers big time. We're talking about this little miracle worker here, Eddie Howe.
Yep.
I want to ask the question before we pop in the question for Sunil, right? Is Eddie Howe currently the best English manager in the business right now?
What
Alright.
else? Of course lah. Who
Okay,
else
guys.
is there?
Hey, you got Graham Potter.
We're Grand Potter, boy.
Big
You
things about
forget
him.
him, Harry Potter.
We previously had Steven Gerrard as
Steven
well.
Gerrard.
Then we still have Frank Lampard playing history. We got Brendan Rodgers as well. All right.
All these are English, ma.
Yeah. Although no, okay. Let's change it. Is he the best British manager playing his trade in the Premier League right now? Is he the best British manager? Leave it in the comment. Joe will pick this up. Yes or no? Eddie Howe, is he the best British manager right now? Because why, Joe? When he took over, you know, but many Newcastle fans, they have turned really wise.
This was the
before.
image. This was
Before the takeover.
Before the takeover.
Under the lovely Mike Ashley. I love Mike Ashley, you know. How are you?
and then
Oi!
look at the glow.
Oh,
That's what Saudi does.
the
to you,
side
man.
smile, the side smile.
Look at the side smile. The cup on his head.
Okay, so when they were being linked to Eddie Howe, I remember us having this show. Tips, remember we had this last season when we were actually speculating who should take over Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
And then we gave in a shout, Eddie Howe, because they were
Eddie Howe,
really heavily linked to Unai Emery.
Unai Emery.
Yep.
And many of their fans got jumping for Unai Emery. Right? And then when Eddie Howe came in, I don't think that was the greatest of start because they wanted a bigger name. With the
Yep,
money, they said that we could have actually
Yeah.
attracted a bigger name.
A
We
bigger
have a
name.
bigger Leo. So
Correct.
why Eddie Howe, man? The guy who just got relegated with Bournemouth and who was out of job for a good
Yes.
6 months.
Or is Eddie Howe a stepping stone?
Right now, I'm reading certain stuff on the internet. Of course, not the best place for you to
It's
do
blowing.
any reference.
Yeah.
When Unai
Mind-blowing.
Emery got appointed for Aston Villa, they said, ha 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 ha.
Dodge the bullet.
Dodge a bullet.
Dodge the bullet, dodge the
Ah,
bullet,
ha,
yeah.
ha, ha. They didn't have a foresight to take up Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
The second thing is, all right, every single time when they win a game, we knew Eddie Howe was the man. We knew it. How could we possibly doubt it? You know? So now that we are speaking from hindsight, let's speak to the guy, Sunil Magpies. Previously, he will name himself Sunil Rai.
Just Sunil Rai.
Sometimes Suni.
This is Sunil Rai.
This is Sunil Rai.
This is Sunil Rai, aka Pirate. And this
now-
is Sunil.
Magpies.
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 Okay.
Go for it.
Go for it, man. Your man, Eddie Howe.
Guys, before that, we need to give him the respect or else he will sue us.
Yes,
Hey,
let's
why,
go.
why you put me?
Okay, I will admit that when Eddie Howe was appointed, it was a little
Underwhelming.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay, it was underwhelming because the caliber of managers we were being linked with, we were linked with Zidane even at one point of time. We were linked with who else was it?
Just say it, Unai Emery lah, lama. This one now won't say.
Let's not talk about
One
good
year, 1 year ago, he would have creamed his pants if Unai Emery was appointed.
Actually, I think we offered him, you know. We did offer him.
You rejected
You
Newcastle,
rejected
right?
Newcastle.
Yes. So
Ah.
yeah, good luck with that. But
I will tell you one thing.
This is the phase after the 4-0 win, huh?
Yeah, I will tell you one thing. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what this typical toxic Villa page
Hey,
Twitter says.
Tips, give him charge lah.
We'll see you at Villa Park.
Okay. Back to the main screen, the main event, Sunil, of
fine,
course.
bro.
The
when Eddie Howe came in and then the results started picking up, so we started believing in him, and then we realized that he was a manager who didn't have the Mourinho arrogance.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have the Klopp. You know how Klopp is so animated whenever he gets a win, he does the 3 or 4 pumps and everything. He wasn't, you know. And then after that, we were thinking
He was a
that
lepak satu corner kind of manager, kan?
he was instilling, and then after that, he was instilling a culture at Newcastle. So ever since then, and then he's picking up wins and everything. And like, look at us right now. Like, I feel like he is probably the best hire we've gotten because you know, after this takeover, things could have gone so wrong. You know, I mean, yeah, we have money, like obviously we have a lot of money, but it could have gone so wrong if we hired the wrong manager. Imagine if we went in with a bid for Mourinho, even. You know,
because we're linked to him as
You
well,
guys were
right?
linked to him as well, yeah.
you know, and then he's a big manager, big CV and everything. But then imagine he had come in and he had totally ruined the culture. Like now you see Eddie Howe has come in, he's actually revitalized the current crop of players without buying. Okay, they did invest, but they didn't invest as heavily. Look at the players that played in that 4-0 win. It was
Wait. Before you go to the 4-0 win, I just want to retrack back, right? Hasn't invested as heavily. Bruno, Isak.
okay. Wait, but Isak has not been playing.
Fair enough.
Okay.
No, but I gotta give it to you, right? Yes, the current crop of players will revitalize and heads off. I mean, yeah, the 4-0 mauling was something that was needed. So I've got nothing against that.
I think we have to look at the amount of money that we spend as compared to, let's say, a Chelsea, for example.
Yeah.
We spend what we okay in this transfer window lah. We spent half of what Chelsea spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at their
The start lah.
and then we spent 20 million less than Nottingham Forest. We
Mhm.
spent lesser than Wolves even. And we are still okay, you know. So if I get a lot of people coming to me and like I even had someone come to me and tell me, hey, Newcastle now a lot of money, wow, means they're really buying their way to the top. Wow, I actually stopped for a while. I wanted to have a debate with him. I said, you look
But
at
isn't he telling the truth?
okay, but look at our team, all right? Look at our team. These are hires that were on the market. You know,
Uh-huh.
people could have bought him, and we didn't pay extravagant amounts.
Money, yeah,
You know,
correct.
like look at Trippier. Trippier came for 12 million.
But wait, what's in the pay package? Because I think there's something dubious,
Yeah.
Right? Like if you
For Bruno to-
if you come to Kieran Trippier, if you come to Bruno Guimaraes, right, and if you're the
Sven
Newcastle,
Botman.
Sven Botman, if you're the Newcastle of old,
Yeah.
right, they would turn their nose up.
It's
They
like,
would
no.
they would
Yeah.
not even pick
They
up
would
the
not
phone.
even pick up the phone,
WhatsApp Newcastle block. They
Correct.
block Newcastle.
No, but
Nobody-
see,
I don't know,
So,
the new-
so the guy,
you
so the
finish.
guy who actually told you that maybe does have a point, right? And let's be
I
honest,
mean,
right?
on paper,
Yeah.
right? I think the thing is, if you look at Man City, how they conduct business,
Money brought them up again.
right? We
Chelsea brought them up.
in terms of auditing purposes, right? They place it Haaland 50 odd plus, but we know the water runs deeper than
Yeah,
that.
he's literally like earning like 1 million.
Yeah,
per
there's
week,
more
yeah.
than meet the eyes, right? It's
Yeah.
just not plain sailing as it's not a cut and dry situation, but 50
Yes.
million, Man City pays only 50 million.
Yes,
And
correct. yeah.
I'm looking at Newcastle right now, Sunil. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that there's that brown envelope coming in big time, coming in because and this is not to complete. No, this is not to demean or belittle the lure and the power of Newcastle United. But you know as much as I do, right? If we are not being we're not being insincere, if not
Yep.
being a bunch of liars right now, they would have turned down the proposal. It wasn't for money,
Money, yes.
right? So yes, they have not paid through their noses when it comes to the transfer fee.
Yeah.
But I just think there is more than just the transfer fee paid for.
It
But
is
I think-
lah. It is lah.
Sorry.
Let's be honest.
But I think, yeah, but let's be honest with this, right? Yes, they have, I know there's lots of money for Newcastle to pay. They can literally just buy out Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi
If they wanted
just
to.
If they wanted to,
Yeah.
like if they really, really wanted to, they can just price them out and that's it. But the thing is, if I were to compare them to Man City, when Man City first started,
Oh, yeah.
they literally like
They
went
bought their
to
way to
wet
the
market
title.
to buy fishes, sotong, all this. They went, but Newcastle are not doing that. They are just highlighting the areas that they need to improve. They needed a right back. They went in, they get the best out of the best, which is Kieran Trippier. He's a little bit old, but no, he still can produce. They needed a center mid. They know they won't be able to get the likes of the big ones, and they got a gem in Bruno Guimaraes. And they know they needed a center back. They know they can't get the likes of Van Dijk. You can't price him out and all this. They went for something similar. They got Botman. And they needed a striker. They know they won't be able to get Haaland, but they needed someone of his height and maybe a little bit
so
of
they took
structure.
somebody from the Baltic region.
Some the Baltic region.
So they go.
And then they got another. And then they got Alexander Isak. Yeah.
And if you forgot the keeper, they need a keeper.
The keeper as well. Yeah. They needed a keeper. They know they can't get like the likes of Alisson or
And they
Ederson.
came up with the most cringiest video for the announcement. I
So
I'm
it's-
really starting to hate them right now.
Yeah. So I think they I think Eddie Howe
Uh-huh.
literally got what he wanted. He
Yeah.
needed players at a certain position and got filled up. And Newcastle on the fire now, man. So I can't really say yes, money was involved, but money was spent right on this. If you look at United, we spent blindly. We bought players like we bought clowns for the past few many seasons. And
Like Martinez?
no, Martinez is not, bro. Martinez owned Arsenal, you see.
You know,
Right? We did. Huh?
Yeah.
Carragher has to eat his
you
words.
guys
Huh? He said he can't play in the back four. But yeah, but the thing is, no, we have buy players anyhow. But this thing, I think Newcastle are the only team right now that bought the right players.
They
for the
did, they did. No, I'm not gonna deny that fact. All right, let's go to there. Daryl, you understand where I'm coming from, right? If I knock on your door right now, you're the next best thing in the market, and I say, Daryl, I'm gonna clear you right in the black and white of Newcastle, play for us, And yeah, that's the project. We are going to be big one
I
day.
think can get Gerrard there. They will be the Newcastle. Liverpool.
And then you have you have the big sharks circling around you, right? The traditional big house,
Yeah.
big powerhouses like yourself, no Liverpool. Why would a player choose Liverpool over the likes of Liverpool or
Newcastle over Liverpool.
yeah, over Liverpool, right? Because of a project. I really don't believe me. I don't buy that. There must
Because
be.
I feel that they know, like, like for example, a young player, especially like Isak. How old is he? He's about 22, 23,
22, 23.
22.
Yeah.
22, right? So he knows that this team is like going to be like got the potential to be the next Man City. So he wants to be at the start of the project. Maybe he knows that they're not going to
Stepping
going
Stone
for
FC.
step, like, maybe a 4 years time they'll be like, title challengers or something like that. So he might still be there.
Uh-huh.
That's a familiar story. Yeah. Stepping
Yeah.
stone.
I just know. I don't know, man. I just cannot be at peace with myself, all right, to completely buy off the idea that they just pay normal money. I won't buy it. I won't buy it at all.
Okay, maybe yes.
Sunil,
the
look,
wages.
let's ask Sunil.
I'll just ask him.
Sunil, come on, you have that cheeky smile, man. You completely veered away when I say that there's more than just meet the eyes, because we've seen how Man City actually inflated the sponsorship program so that they can spend more, so they can be in the right lane for the FFP. They have done that.
Yeah.
Talk about magpies. Talk about the Saudis.
I think right now we haven't. Okay, this is the okay. So currently we are still under the Fund 88 sponsors. These are the sponsors that Mike actually signed up with in the past. All right. So this year will be probably their last one as the main sponsor.
Who's getting the contract next year? Shake Shack.
So we are looking at
Wait.
Saudi.
That was Saudi.
Saudi,
Yeah.
I think Aramco might get the contract, so that's bigger sponsors,
Okay.
so yeah lah, it's more money lah. But okay, going back to the earlier point lah.
Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth.
Okay, going back to the earlier point, I think Joe made the fact that when we actually got taken over, right, Amanda came out and said, this is a 5-year project.
Okay.
We are looking at 5 years time. We will be challenging for
I
the
remember
title.
Pearly saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Amanda is his wife to be anyway. Amanda Stavely. And Amanda Stavely, who is a Liverpool fan, by the way.
Oh yeah, so she said 5-year project. So I feel like okay, we're doing well. I don't know how we are still attracting such big names, but now I think people know that Newcastle is a force to be reckoned with.
You think Newcastle pay them normal money?
Has to be lah.
Hey, look at the smile. Has to be lah.
Right.
No, but you go here, no, and start of the
Yeah.
season, no lah. Still don't know, but now forced to be reckoned with, huh?
We are.
Yeah. Hey, you see the change of tune or not in
Yes,
our
I
WhatsApp
see.
group? When Man City won, all right, his first direction of travel is to look at Arsenal.
That's
Let's see how Arsenal reacts. Him, Newcastle fan.
How
That's
can
the-
it be?
this guy.
Because right now we are not very far away from Arsenal, you see.
Oh,
You're not. That's
Okay,
true.
so
That's
bring
true.
up the Alif Ramzan's comment just now. He asked the question to Sunil Magpies. So
Yep.
Sunil, what will be the target for this season? Top 6.
Okay, I think we don't want to
Sunil, has to be lah. Come on lah.
Yes.
This guy political, the answers.
City is not playing
last
that
week
well.
already said Newcastle will qualify for Champions League, no?
Ah,
You said that.
I said Fulham will qualify for Europe.
ah.
You
You different story. You gone case. Sunil, how?
Personally, I would say top 6 would not be okay. Depends on how much they invest in January, because I still
Still
feel.
invest again.
Money lah.
Money
But
again.
pay normal,
Spend again.
but pay normal money.
No, but that's the thing.
Pay normal money.
Right now,
Even,
if we
even
can,
club can't even do much. Despite winning so much,
Darren,
if-
just Newcastle.
check your phone book.
Bro.
Anybody goes by the name Syed, Sheikh, call. Call them, say, bro, this club you interested to buy or not?
Or he just straight email Amanda, tell her 50% of share.
So okay, which position do you feel that they need to strengthen?
Yeah, which position? Because why? The last time I said in the big focus, I told you, Sunil, you're not gonna go anywhere far with Miguel Almiron on the right. How
wrong
wrong
as
have
well.
I been, man? How wrong have I been? Not only Jack Grealish did it, I committed the same sin as well.
Yep.
exactly. So that's why they're renaming the goal of the month to Almiron's goal of the month.
Action, now the action, different vibe.
But
Yeah,
which
What Daryl says true.
was something on Twitter. Almiron's goal of the month.
Yeah.
Yes. So which position? Right now needs strengthening.
left back.
Okay. Right now, I would
Oh,
say
left back, don't put left back target.
I would
Hey,
say
left back, they got world class Matt target. Why is it not good?
center mid. Center mid, I still feel we are short of one player, like a defensive midfielder, someone who can really allow Bruno and Jolinton to really push up. You know, I think
Hey,
it's more of
you've got our best product, and yet you disrespect us this much, Joe Willock is the guy for you, you know.
he's not a defensive midfielder.
They want a CDM, and they want a
if,
six.
if Partey is available, then you let us know.
Declan Rice.
What about the Moby Dick look-alike? I mean, he's still there, right? John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
He just came back, but we will see him next week. I think Jolinton is suspended.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
Or you can just walk to Liverpool and just get Fabinho as well.
Might as well, might as well.
He'll get injured walking over.
Why don't you buy Calvin Phillips from Man City since he's rotting in the bench?
Actually, we tried, no? We were
Yeah, they tried. Newcastle tried, but he didn't want. He wants to be a backup in Man City. He wants to be the guy, who puts on the Halloween costume and scare people. I don't know if you guys watched that, but yeah.
Okay, hey, but on to Newcastle. Last one. Daryl, what is that one thing that has impressed you so much about Newcastle apart from them doing business?
Actually,
in the back alley?
when last season also, I remember when I was in the show and we all like, oh, Newcastle is gonna go down because they were in the relegation.
Oh, that was
zone.
from Tiban, Tiban.
And I was
that
saying
right?
that like when Eddie Howe is I get a lot of faith in this guy. I've seen his Bournemouth team. I'm like super happy that he's doing so well this year, and I feel that they can go to top six. They can sneak into top six.
At the expense of who?
Liverpool.
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 Yeah,
Liverpool. He just said, but they're okay if they don't get Europe.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Daryl, okay. Prem? Maybe
Yes,
Prem okay.
To clear the air,
Ah.
I said last season I want Newcastle to be relegated because this season they'll be a force to be reckoned with. That's what
Which
I
is true.
Okay,
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Dibs. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. Relax. I can see something in you.
Don't play the video.
Calm down.
Don't play
Dibs,
the
calm
video.
down. Calm
Don't play
down.
the video.
Dibs, no. We're not going to play the video. Daryl, Sunil, and the guys watching out there, if you guys do not irritate Dibs because he will turn into this.
Best costume award, okay.
Hey,
Best costume award.
Right. So he might turn into a Hulk. So do not make him angry.
Hey, I thought it was a shorter fella.
Hey, Sunil. This was the only thing Aston Villa won over the weekend.
Yes.
Best dress award.
Best dress award. Probably the best thing that Gerard ever did to them. Hey,
First half award.
Hey, wait, let's talk about the 4-0 first. The 4-0, the 4-0 dropping,
Why
right?
are you?
Don't talk about the first half because judging by the first half, as we all know by now,
They're not gonna get relegated.
because according to Sunil's optics, the game is only played one half.
That's right.
One half good enough for him to pass judgment, right? But second half, it was a complete mauling, 4-0. Tips from an Aston Villa point of view, because first half, okay, maybe you can actually put in a lot of heart. I know they put up valiantly against Newcastle. Hey, it's not easy, to play
It's not
at
easy.
St. James's
St.
Park.
James's Park.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
not
it
easy.
firsthand. It's not easy. Sunil, don't have to remind me. I know. Okay. All right. I'm just saying that I know. All right. You don't have to tell me the timeline. All right.
haven't played Newcastle, right?
Never. January that we play them. Then he will know. You see whether he will appear or not.
Alright,
Later he say
Hey,
no. January we invite him. Marking paper.
January he's gonna buy players. Transfer window.
Today
Yeah.
Inter Milan. By the time I come January, Geylang FC ready. The jersey.
but exactly this. We just want to know, man. 4-0
Yeah.
because you went all over. The moment Gerrard got sacked, and then they
Yeah.
Yeah, he posted about
and
Aston
then,
Villa.
yeah, and then you said that they got the right
Tweak.
formation. The
Tweak
was
does
right.
wonders. And then after
Everything-
that,
and then
4-0, no,
after
nothing.
4-0, what
Nothing.
happened? But the thing is, before you even speak, all right. All right, guys, here it is. Welcome back to the next
I'm about to drink,
focus. And we have our resident host here.
let's
Dave.
go.
Advertisement.
Come on, this. Come back in.
Come on, Dave. Come on. Aston Villa, right? Last week you say, oh, a bit of
Yeah.
a lot of wonders.
Yeah.
Then you guys 4-0 up.
Yeah.
Next match only to concede 4.
4-0
Okay lah. Goal difference 0. What? 4 minus 4.
No, but you see, here's the thing, right?
Talk
Here's
us
the
through
thing,
that.
I still believe that tweak of formation does wonders, but at the end of the day, I also did say that I wasn't expecting much before the game against Newcastle
But
because
why?
of because we haven't won in St James's Park in 15 years. Let's not talk about 5 years, 15
Oh,
years.
4-0 tips.
No,
4-0
bro.
really?
You look at the way the
Really?
team played. Okay, first and foremost, I mean, leave first half, second half aside. The entire game, they
Mm,
didn't have the intensity that matched Newcastle's intensity.
mm.
Number one, the intensity Brentford had was totally different from what Newcastle had. I'm not talking
look
about
at the
player.
look at the way Daryl is smirking. Where he's like Gerard would have done wonders, bro.
Yeah.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I just want to know, like, are you actually, how is your reaction about Unai Emery?
okay.
I'll be very
Yeah.
honest. I'll be very honest.
Uh-huh.
When Gerard came in, I had that excitement. I'm like, okay, Gerard's in.
Okay.
We're gonna go up the league and all of that. And after what
Okay.
happened in the past year, right? I've got no expectations.
Oh, no expectation.
I
He's
feel,
been
do you
hurt.
feel that they could have done better with
I mean,
other than Unai
I want
Emery?
Pochettino lah. I wanted Poch.
Darren,
Let's
what's
be
your
on
thoughts,
the
man?
level.
What's
Yeah,
your thoughts on
let's
Unai Emery?
get Daryl's thoughts, man.
I just don't feel he's suited in the Premier League. He just
Yeah.
cannot do it in the Premier League. He's like more into like a La Liga,
Yes,
like stay there kind of
exactly
manager.
my
That's
sentiment.
I
what
feel
I
that's
said
like
last
they
week.
could have done better with appointing like what Pochettino. Let's go
But
all
that's
out
the
for
thing,
him.
right? Pochettino apparently, we don't know how true is it, turned down the job together with Tuchel, and Amorim also wanted to see out the season in Sporting. So I don't know, man. I mean, initially I didn't want this appointment, but the more I spoke to Arne and all of that, I think Sean Dyche may have been a good one.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe on an interim basis, or maybe just give him the contract. I'm not saying that we'll be up at Newcastle's level, but it could have been what yeah, Eddie Howe was relegated with Bournemouth, right? But
Yeah.
he came back, he had a point to prove. He revitalized himself. The same could have been said about Sean
And I
Dyche.
see that you look at Sean Dyche and also with Eddie Howe, right? They both
Mhm.
had the same trajectory, right?
Correct.
They bought the team
Yeah.
with a shoestring budget, and then they worked themselves up the divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got to where they are right now. And
yes.
and I think sometimes we are overly lazy when it comes to the assessment of Sean Dyche.
Yes.
Yes, maybe the football is not necessarily pleasing in the
But he
eyes.
will tweak that
But this
management.
this is the same Burnley that got into Europa, Joe.
Yes,
Europa League with Sean Dyche and
So,
Burnley.
Yeah.
so
Right.
with all that said and done, Emery has been appointed. I'll just see lah. I mean, I even told the group chat in Singapore. I mean, the Villa group chat in Singapore that I've got no optimism. Neither do I have any. I'm not pessimistic. I'll just go with the flow to see how it pans out lah. So let's just see how it is lah.
Did Jot agrees?
Jot agree lah.
Did Jot agree?
Eh, Jot-
Surprisingly, Jot agreed as well. I mean,
He's okay with Unai?
Jot was someone who was very, very optimistic when Steven Gerrard came in, and talking about his
Then we cannot
formation
take his opinion
changes.
for much lah.
But right now he's associated. But you see the common consensus when a new manager comes into a club, right? They're talking about how Unai Emery, had won the title, European titles, and and whatever. What he got, 55, how many points of Arsenal, how many, 55 win percentage of Arsenal, and Villarreal and Sevilla. So they're talking about that. For me, at the end of the day, I think it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole different club. We're not a traditional top 6 club for him to do this. I mean, realistically, let's be real. I mean, we are in 15th place and we are struggling. So that remains to be seen whether he can really be up to that
And,
challenge.
and I think the good thing about Unai right now, because the level that Villa are at right now, it isn't necessarily that high.
The expectation.
Yeah, so the
for him is a
expectation has
little
been
bit low.
lowered for him.
Yes, correct.
Correct.
So, but I maintain, I think people sometimes misconstrue my intention. They think that I hate Unai Emery. I
He's
don't.
not, yes.
He's a brilliant manager if it's in La Liga.
Yeah.
If he's doing it in his own backyard, because of the language barrier. That's it.
Yeah, the language.
He has a
barrier.
brilliant mind. He's very good with his tactics and
Yes.
formation. But when he's doing it in England, whereby you are facing up against the likes, let's look at the quality of managers, right? Even those managers in the mid tier, they're really good managers, man.
Yeah.
You look at even Brentford with Thomas Frank, right? Even Newcastle, who would have thought with Eddie Howe,
Yes,
they are really punching above their weight, and he's coming up against big giants like them.
Yep.
From us right now, normal fans, we look at the names like even Eddie Howe is not a sexy name.
Yeah, they look at the likes of Klopp.
Yeah, you look at
Peps
Klopp,
and all
Pep,
this.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
this, and now even Eric Ten Hag, your manager comes in, the standards has been raised that high,
Yes, that high. Yep.
right? And that's why that's the only, I think, dubiety when it comes to the appointment of
But I think
Unai Emery.
when it
That's it.
comes, but I think right now, just that his expectation is
Has been lowered. Yeah.
lowered big time. But because back then he was with Arsenal and
Arsenal, yeah.
and when he was like managing Sevilla,
Yeah.
I think the expectation weren't that
It was like PSG, Arsenal, Sevilla,
it was
and
going
then
down and down
Villarreal.
and down. But just that teams like Sevilla, Europe, you have to perform.
Yep.
So he had that struggle there. And when he was in Villarreal as well, same thing. He needed to do something Europe. But
He won
for
the European. He won the.
I think for
the
Villa,
Europa
yeah.
League lah.
I think just now he right now just needs to make Villa stay afloat
Yeah, that's the most
rebuild,
important
have
job.
a good
Yeah.
preseason, come back next season, maybe fight for you.
But the
And,
only the only thing I have
and this is why, sorry, this is why when Daryl said that Liverpool needed that the World Cup break, and I didn't want to bring about Villa, then I just felt that
you
maybe
don't want to bring up Villa.
Unai Emery needs that World Cup break to assess the squad, to see which
Yeah.
of these players. Because let's see, with Smith, the players were underperforming, so with Gerrard as well. Now, right now, the question then lies whether it's the manager or the players. Then, right? We've already spoken about Perslow. We've spoken about the managers, not only Gerrard but even Smith before that. Right now, maybe are the players not up to it?
Yeah.
Are the players actually
So,
revolting in the dressing room? That remains to be seen.
so the proof will be in the pudding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is, lah.
Yeah, let's see. Hey, Joe, we've got really good comment from K Manish, the forgotten man,
The forgotten man.
the
Nice.
team's favorite son. K
Anyhow,
Manish.
he's a top manager who knows how to build squads, like how he brought Bournemouth from Division
Teams
2 on a
teams completely log out.
But can he challenge with the likes of Pep? Sunil, I think let's get the Daryl from this.
Uh-huh.
Daryl.
Oh no, there is a continuation to that question actually, Joe.
Or should Newcastle get a big name manager?
And this is why I think football snobbery. This is where football snobbery comes
It's always
in.
about that
Big name.
The
So
big
it's about
name
the big
signing for players, the big
big
name
name
managers,
managers,
and
yeah.
all this. Like, why can't they give a manager who's actually average and let him build the club and bam, let him build his legacy?
Sunil, you know why Sunil that side smirk? Because his wife right now is in Butterfly.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay. Picking up Manish's comment, I feel like right now nobody has expectations of Newcastle to win the league. Nobody has expectations to go to Pep Guardiola and tell him to shove it. Nobody has that kind of expectations. Although we did with the 3-3 draw. But then nobody has that kind of expectation. So I feel like right now, I think we are okay with Eddie Howe. I don't see a need to change Eddie Howe at all. The finances will be there. We will get players. Eddie Howe will know how to get the best out of them. And slowly, it's a process. Trust the process, right?
So when do you do the Mark Hughes to Roberto Mancini transaction? When do you do that?
That's a good spot.
yeah.
That's a good
I think it depends. I think personally, I would feel maybe when we enter Europe, we need to see how Eddie Howe will do in Europe, because I think Europe is a whole different ball game. So then again it boils down to our owners lah. How fast do our owners want success? Right now, I think we are on a good trajectory lah. So maybe if in Europe, if Eddie Howe is really tested, we never know.
Okay,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
for all we
Eddie Howe,
know,
the
Eddie
next
Howe, he could have just literally built the CV up and do well in Europe as well.
Yeah,
And
he could probably do
they
that.
don't need that big.
You know,
name
like
manager.
Gareth Southgate, if he flops at the World Cup and they
Probably
want
Eddie Howe, yeah.
they want an English name.
They go Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard. huh?
Yeah.
Oh, lama Sleepy G. Okay, but even just picking up on the earlier point you made about how you felt about Une's appointment, right? Actually, I was thinking about this. Like, Une at Arsenal, at Villarreal, at Sevilla, he was constantly challenging for the
Europe.
title.
Yes, correct.
They were genuine title contenders. Okay lah, maybe in La Liga,
Not so much Villarreal, not so much Villarreal.
Villarreal not, but
Sevilla.
Sevilla, yeah.
you were genuine title. Right now, I'm not gonna. I feel like you need a whole different mindset.
Yep.
You are in a dogfight.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too early to say, but you potentially in a dogfight. Do you think that Unai Emery has got that ability? Because I think we spoke about this. I said that Dyche shouldn't be so bad. Yes, he's not a glamorous name.
Yeah.
But Dyche has done it. He's done it over and over and over again. But does Unai Emery have what it takes to actually get involved in this dogfight?
Exactly. It remains to be seen, because what's interesting is, right, his first fixture is against United. First two games are against United in the EPL and the League Cup.
Which he started preparing for already, according to Twitter.
According to Twitter, he's preparing for
Preparing
his first two games are against United. EPL
He
this
started
coming weekend,
preparing when we lost to him in Europa League final.
and then the League Cup.
He knew
After
the
we-
day would come.
After which we play Brighton. After Brighton, the World Cup break, we come back from the World Cup break, and then we play Liverpool, Spurs, Wolves.
So it's United, Brighton, Liverpool.
Liverpool, Spurs, Wolves.
Okay lah, Spurs you can win.
I see. No,
After they lose to Wolves, then Une gets sacked again.
no lah.
No, so
No lah.
this mentality that you're talking about, right?
First half FC.
Whether Unai has it and whether the players the mentality, it remains to be seen, and the great testament will come by in the next 5 league games. So
Wow, it's
United,
crazy.
Brighton, Liverpool, Spurs, and Wolves.
It's a crazy league game, Dave. I mean, okay, I'm just going to throw an ultimatum. I'm just going to throw something across. All right. Hypothetically speaking, if you guys
Lose
possible,
by
possible, lose all the 5 because it's possible, huh?
Yeah, it's possible.
The teams that you guys are playing actually is not too bad. All right, they will
Not too
probably perform a challenge. I mean,
With the exception of Tottenham.
with the exception Tottenham, because Tottenham are title challengers.
Dark horse.
Dark horses, he can smell the title. Yeah. So, hypothetically speaking, if you guys were to really lose all these 5 games on the trot, then what?
Then
What next?
Then the video lah.
You continue. I mean, think about it, right? Steven Gerrard was given the benefit of the doubt when we lost to Bournemouth,
Oh yeah.
West Ham, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, barely beat Southampton, drew with Leeds, drew with Forest, right? So that's
So
teams
they've done
that
it
are
before.
around us.
What
That's
is
teams
this?
around us where we're supposedly supposed to get points. So why these teams that are much higher than us? Why must we get set?
That's fair. Yeah.
Would it
Okay.
be too soon to say? If let's say he loses his next 5 games, is he
It's okay.
potential for bye-bye?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think he won't get the sack,
No.
but I think Villa fans will be pissed off. You know why? Because you guys got in Gerrard. So for Gerrard's capacity, right? That's only this much you can do.
Yeah.
Which is why he lost to the likes of Bournemouth and all this. But you guys are getting Unai Emery,
Yep.
someone who has actually beaten the top dogs.
The supporters need to have that bloody expectations, and the Villa debts on Twitters have to
Next
stop
year is
preaching,
championship.
right?
No.
That aside, they have to have this bloody expectation that
Serious lah.
the person has just come in, and his first 5 fixtures are definitely crazy.
Crazy.
So if we're gonna potentially, hypothetically, possibly lose all 5,
Yeah.
they should not be calling for his aid. They should give him the time. I mean, whether he will be successful remains to be seen.
Yep.
But
True.
I don't think 5 games should be,
What will be even crazier will be his press conferences.
The press
Like
conference.
if you need an answer why he did certain things, don't watch his press conferences.
Yes.
You will never get an answer anyway.
Definitely.
With that being said,
Especially in the evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
good evening.
One time zone for him. Evening.
With that being said, right, with the new manager bounce and all of that, what if he beats United?
Oi.
Yeah.
He beats United. Alcoholics will actually sponsor your next 3 visits.
How, Daryl? Okay or not?
There.
Darren is like, oh, no way.
I should have attended today. But with that said, right, we go on to the next Halloween special.
Yep.
There's another nightmare in town, Joe. There's another one because Manish
what?
is watching us.
Say
They talk
what?
about this guy, Harry Potter. Harry the guy, not Harry Khan, not Harry Potter. We're talking about Graham Potter, the guy who has a recent glow up. They say a beard does a lot to a man.
Yes.
And a fate as well.
He looks
Right?
like Jurgen Klopp, in this.
Looks a bit like Jurgen Klopp. I mean, they all look alike when they start losing. Okay, so they always have the same losing look. Okay, nobody can fight my man. All right, perfect crown, perfect bean. Arteta, let's go. But we talk about defeat at familiar ground. Isn't any surprise, Joe? You talk about your old managers, your old players coming back to their former hunting ground.
Mhm.
More often than not, they will come away crestfallen
Yes.
because as the football gods will have always installed for them.
It's the nightmare.
It's always a nightmare for
It's
them.
the
It's
nightmare.
never a good time to come back to your old club.
Yeah.
4-1, me and Mark actually, we were really confident. We said that this is Roberto De Zerbi's first W ever. Let's not forget,
Yes,
he has
correct.
not won at all. And
Mhm.
right after the Liverpool's 3-3 draw, his team has not even scored at all.
Big time.
All right, so to go up against Chelsea, high flying Chelsea. Okay, you won't say high flying, but they are doing all right, unbeaten in 9 games. To spank them really good, man. 4-1,
4-1.
and in the
If you
first
tell me 1-0, 2-0, I can still say okay, but 4-1.
4-1, bro, that was a master class, man. Daryl, Chelsea, because we've been watching Chelsea. I mean, I've been watching Chelsea a lot, right? Yes, they have been winning games, but like I mentioned to some of them, I don't think they have actually sorted out their identity, and I don't think they really know what they are doing at this current moment still. What do you
I
mean?
feel like the game he played against Brighton, that he choose his players like Pulisic, and I think the guy is done. Christian Pulisic. I think he doesn't suit the system.
Yeah.
He just needs to leave to suit his style of play. When I'm looking at the lineup, Sterling playing left wing, Pulisic playing right wing, when you have Ben Chilwell, you have Husky and all that. I just don't understand why he did that. With Aubameyang not playing, he put in Kai Havertz. It looks like he purposely
Yeah.
went there to do that.
Bro, Buki already is calling.
Like that literally, I don't know, man. I really don't know where to start with Graham Potter, man. Like, literally don't know, man. I think Chelsea thought they were literally getting this fella. This guy. I thought the wizard, the real wizard. And then they said, oh, you know what? You don't know about Graham Potter. The glow up is different. And then I thought it was this. Like the glow up.
Of course, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Rest in
Hagrid.
peace.
Rest in peace. And then look at this face, boy.
Oh, Haggard, huh?
Very haggard.
Mm.
Very haggard. I don't know if you know. I just feel that
Puberty hits him, huh?
puberty hit him big time. I don't know. I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I just feel that it wasn't the right time for him to take over Chelsea
Guys,
at the point.
just so you know, right? I'm beside Joe right now, and all this time he's looking away. So I'm thinking, here I am, foolishly thinking that he's doing something important for the show, and he's actually downloading all these pictures beside
That's
me.
how we can show
Okay,
these pictures,
so
you know.
two heads, but one guy doing the show. Okay, but we talk about Graham Potter, right, Joe?
Yeah.
His Brighton team is always known for the defensive solidity. You don't get a lot of change out of Brighton,
Yep.
especially when you play them at home at the
Yes.
Amex Stadium. I think that is such a rude shock to the culture, man, or to the system for
Yeah.
the Chelsea team to go to an away ground, an
Mhm.
Amex Stadium, and get spanked for one. So now, is this where the crack starts to really show up for Chelsea? Because right now, right after this, I'm not gonna jinx it. They are playing against the sexiest team on earth this Sunday.
That's it. That means the Martinelli is out of my FPL already.
Martinelli has a very good record against Chelsea, just so you know.
He's going out right now. Oh my God.
I think I agree with Joe, because remember when he actually took over, we had an episode and we were talking about how this is too soon for him. And like whether at Brighton expectations were low. If you get a achievement. But at Chelsea, we need sexy football. We need Champions League. We need good Champions League finishes. We need the title. So I feel like the step for him is too much. And it is about time that they really sit down and they reconfigure their expectations. Because right now their expectations are too high. And Graham Potter is a good manager,
Are we overreacting? Just one defeat. First defeat.
but his formations and his tactics have not been good.
Yeah.
His insistence on leaving, even Cucurella hasn't been performing. Cucurella seems like a over like a flop. He
Oh
seems
yeah, Cucurella. But they say, right, legend has it that it's because his mojo has been pulled out by Cristiano Romero.
Well,
When when his hair got pulled by Cristiano Romero, that was his mojo.
Blame Spurs
That
for
was
it.
the real original Cucurella. Now that's gone. Now he has got nothing. He's got Cuckoo left.
I feel it's too soon to say, but we need to temper our expectations. If we had our resident Chelsea fan Diwakar in the house,
Hey, is he still alive?
Who is he?
Aneh.
Diwakar.
Even Aneh.
Aneh.
I'm in the water.
So temper and
Tough times,
reconfigure
tough
the expectation. We go to Daryl and then we switch on to
Yes.
another. Daryl, Brighton and Chelsea rather, together with Graham Potter. In terms of expectation, where do you think Chelsea will finish?
Actually, I think he's 2 points off Manchester United only, right? And he's not have a
It's not
transfer
far
window
away, bro.
yet.
Right, it's not far away.
Yeah, he's not at a transfer window yet. I think we can only judge him after this season
Mhm.
from what he's going to do. I think we just there's more time for him to prove himself.
Will he be given the time, Daryl? This is Chelsea.
But there's no more Roman there,
Yeah,
right? There's
Roman, bro. That's what
There's no more
That's
Roman.
what they-
So,
yeah, that's what
so
they-
it's still not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can actually survive this new management or this new management under top
Let's take it
boy.
from this one gun fan.
Oh, imagine losing almost the entire backline in Rudiger, Christensen, and Marcos Alonso. Fofana and Cucurella are relatively new and seems like a panic buy to me since most of their targets went to Barcelona. I bet that's not his fault, right? Because he came in
Yes.
right after that. So he got plunged into this deep mess that Chelsea were in.
Yep.
And I don't think at this current moment there can be a lot of criticism for Graham Potter because, like Daryl mentioned, no transfer window for him, and he's trying things out. Yes, some of the formations that has been experimented is completely bizarre,
Yes.
but hey, he is trying to find his feet under the table right now.
Yes.
So
Correct.
let's see if he can survive the onslaught of the unerring
think he
Chelsea
would, he
fans. All right, let's see if they can be patient with him. And then because
He just got to be patient with Manish.
Oh, Manish, yes,
Yeah.
only Manish. Because Chelsea has right now 2 fans in the world.
Yes.
Manish in Malaysia, in
Exactly.
Singapore, Divakar, under the water, please help me.
Yes.
Alright, so let's go on to the next one, Joe. This is probably the last one. Okay, this one 2 minutes only, okay?
Yeah.
Not so important topic.
Actually, true. It's not really an important topic, guys. I mean, who are we right now?
You're
though?
not supposed
Exactly.
to.
This is better.
Exactly.
Eric Ten Hag keeps grinding it, man. If you look at
Don't say it so loud.
Oi?
Got Liverpool fan there. Don't say it so loud.
lah.
We need to tone
Oh, the
ourselves.
era, is it?
The era.
The era is coming to an end. Hey, Daryl, we start with Daryl. Eric Ten Hag.
Mm.
I told Mark and also this guy here, annoyingly, I think Manchester United have actually hacked the system. They've got the right man for this job, annoyingly. Because I look at Eric Ten Hag, there were a couple of instances whereby, he was being thrown under the bus slightly by the Ronaldo's affair. And then, I don't know, even the Anthony right now, the spinner Rooney, the fidget spinner. He wasn't in the squad, right? And I know they say that it's an injury. Blah. I personally think that was a punishment for him. That was a statement to him like, don't do that, don't disrespect your opponents like that because this is the English Premier League. You've got more eyeballs onto you. I like the way he manages all his players, the ego, and I mean the football right now is not as what we know
It's not, yes. correct.
from Ajax, but they've been getting results, man. Daryl, they are what right now? They are in a good shot for Champions League because when he entered, none of us actually. Sooner remember we placed United 9.
Yeah. No, not 9, not 9. Not 9,
Oh,
boys.
11.
It was 11 or 12.
No lah, not 11 or 12 lah.
No. At first, it was actually 11 or 12. Then you like, hey, alamak. Are you all really
11 or
right?
12.
That much. Hey, look at Joe face, eh. Then only you all decided to pull out one team, and then boom,
Much to the ire of Muhammad Ridwan.
I still remember.
Yeah.
We don't was like,
Muhammad
are you all serious?
It's still a possibility
I'm-
to reach 9.
I'm trying to react like me. That's what he did.
But Daryl, come on, talk to me about this.
I think I agree with you, lah. And I think after what Alex Ferguson, I think they finally got a proper man here
I agree.
who knows how to manage a team. I think I can see a few of his signings have been brilliant. Martinez has been damn good. Ericsson for me is brilliant. But I think people like Dalot is been. I think he's like one of the best fullbacks now, current form. He's like one of the best right backs in the league. I think he really is getting them another 1 more window and 2 more window. This United team, I think, can push for the title. Like what Pep said also. Yeah, it's a good team.
Pep's prodigies are Arteta and.
But Pep always says that.
But Pep always says that.
Yeah, he says that
Mind
this guy
games,
is good, and then he goes on to whack them 6-0.
Yeah, exactly. You say so much and then you
whack them.
you whack them.
But he's a
Bro,
good manager.
What are you trying to say?
But he's a good manager.
But he's a good
But
manager.
I think they need to sort out their number 9. I think just
the striking position.
just leave Ronaldo and let him go, and then they just need to sort out number 9. Both Chelsea and United need to who gets the best number 9 in the next.
It's okay,
one or two
Manchester
windows.
United, lest you forget, they have Thierry Henry, the Ballon d'Or from Monaco when they bought him. He's a teenage sensation.
Actually, the guys.
Tony Martial. Eric Ten Hag is far more better than Conte and
Yeah,
Pochettino.
I think that's
This is a very bold statement, I would
This
say.
is,
lah. I mean,
this is where delusions
Yeah.
starts to come in.
This is why when you take too much Panadol and then you start to know.
Tramadol.
Panadol,
Won't give you this kind of comment.
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of get. See, Dibs, I kind of get what Daryl said. It's true. I think with the current crop, I think the only player that I really see literally stand out.
Harry Maguire lah.
Is Harry Maguire did it very well. He's consistent outside.
Okay.
Like himself.
Diego Dalot.
Fearless. Play with no fear.
Play with
Puma.
him. Puma sponsored him, so that's good. Dalot really improved. That's the kind of how to say it, the progress that we fans were yearning for.
Yeah.
Just like how Klopp did it, like how Pep did it, like how Eddie Howe also did it with like Arteta as well. Patience, get the players in. Like you need to upgrade the current crop. It's not a matter of you buying players in and then the whole team starts winning. No. Your current crop, it's where we will see progress. Like Dalot managed to see some progress. A few other players, they are starting to play better. But is he really the end product right now? Like, is he really the end product? We have done it. Whoa!
Look at this. I didn't say anything wrong at all. I didn't open my mouth at all.
How is you? And then let's hear it from Sunil. Like Sunil,
The
no,
only question I asked
is he
is
really
this.
is he really the end product though for United? Then, yes, they have started badly at the season, and then that game against Liverpool was that turning point, and then from then on it went on a few other things. But yeah, in Europe we didn't really play that well, but we slowly start to grind results. Our play style have been different. We've been pressing hard, but is he the real deal for United? Like, is he the one that's gonna bring them back to glory days, or even win their first trophy like in a million years?
No.
Okay, let's not think about trophies
Sorry,
here. I feel like they are still under transition. Okay, it's still a time for transition, So, but looking at the last game, look at the players, the performances he got out of players. Even Harry Maguire had a good game. And then David De Gea was pulling out all kinds of stops, So he's getting the best out of his players. So I think this is a positive start,
No, okay, Sunil, I gotta correct you.
Hmm.
De Gea played like that because Maguire was playing. If that was Varane, I don't think so. He would be struggling. I think a lot of people have been going. I saw a lot of comments. Whoa, De Gea best performance, blah blah blah. The reason why that all happened because Maguire was playing.
Is Maguire playing on Saturday?
So much disrespect for their captain.
No, too much. If you guys have watched the play, right? 70 minutes of the time we were attacking from the left. None of the balls were given to Maguire. I remember I had a conversation with Tristan as well. Martinez was under pressure. Despite that, he died. I don't want to pass to Maguire. Maguire was only job that game was to try to defend, and that's it. And he did. He did that. that two saves.
interceptions. I saw it.
Yeah, he did one of the Bowen's shot. He did that, and he tried to. I think Bowen again. He tackled that, and then that led to Rice's
I think
shot.
right now for Harry Maguire, right? If you feel him, it becomes a social experiment for
Yeah.
Harry Ten Hag and Manchester United fans.
Yes.
And the fact that he started Ronaldo
At which point will he fuck up?
yeah.
And then if he doesn't, the bookie loses a lot of money.
For me, is yes, Eric is a good manager. I think he's probably the best that we have got right now. But I think
He himself can't help Maguire.
I think he will be godlike. He will be godlike if that dude can literally overturn Maguire, man. He can make that.
I admire them both, Joe. Man City and Liverpool. They both play fantastic football.
But
Uh,
you always say an era comes to an end.
oh,
That was bold, though.
That was bold.
That was really bold. Remember when he first came in and he said that, in my heart I was thinking, kanina buto.
You sure kena meme.
This
You
one,
sure
this one.
kena meme. And then he lost the first matches.
And the first two matches did not speak for itself. Like, bro, I literally, like, my whole family, you guys know my whole family supports Liverpool, right? My cousin gave, my friends gave it to me. It's like, hey, nah, dah goreng ah.
In a goreng.
Don't.
No. I cannot hear the word goreng now.
I'm not gonna, Daryl, I have Daryl's messages.
Ah.
Puto, you also text me. Bro, what is this?
Good, Darren, good.
He always
Continue,
text
continue.
me. Lately, he hasn't been texting me. Darryl, lately.
Lately,
I
it's
have
bit
to
difficult.
Olive taking
But
his
I
time
see,
lah.
I want to see you in person, man. But yeah,
Ah.
and the thing is this botak?
I don't know, Tips. Come on, Tips. You have a lot of admiration, all right? You always give a lot of adulation and adoration for Manchester United. Judging by the messages that we share, right, on WhatsApp when it comes to Manchester United, you really love them. So this botak right here, I remember this. I think it was probably John Champion last season, or was it Peter Drury, when Liverpool smacked
Drury.
them 5-0
Peter
at
Drury.
Old Trafford, and then they panned the camera towards Sir Alex Ferguson, and they say, one day, maybe somebody out there will hack this
hack
for
this fella.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Is this the guy? Because I'm looking at it, all the signs are looking good.
I mean,
How is it, Momo?
I mean, it's not even half a season yet, right? Relax, Give it a season
Relax,
at least.
uh,
I mean,
Emery-
with Unai Emery hasn't even started, you all are saying writing him off. Why is he half a season?
But this is how United feelings are feeling right now with Eric Ten Hag.
How?
No, I mean, okay.
That is how each time when Eric just needs to like, oh, the press was good, oh, the pass,
Goreng ah.
Ten Hag ball. That's how we feel, man.
Okay, lah. But in all seriousness, right? Like, I've always had this soft spot for United for the longest time since I was young.
I thought you had a soft spot for
This
Liverpool.
is turning into
No,
Jerry's
no.
confession show.
So since
Soft
since I
spot
was
for
like-
Manchester United, Tips.
since I was young, since I was like 8 years old, like because
Is Mark Hosege beside you right now with a gun pointing towards your head? Okay, so soft spot for Manchester United. Go on.
so seeing them, perform, doing well, and being up there at this point of time, right, at this stage of the competition where they are, right, it is something that's nice. Like they've suffered for far too long, 10 years, right? So it's always nice to see that, and obviously, it'll be even more nice to see the likes of Arsenal, United, and Liverpool being the top three one day. Just fighting off our title like the good old days, lah.
But where does it leave?
So Sunil
Where does
angry
it
already.
leave Newcastle?
I mean,
Newcastle.
let's be honest, right? In the next couple of years, in the next couple of years, Newcastle is going to be up there.
It wasn't about Newcastle, it was for Man City. Haiza would probably be like, this fella boring.
Okay,
But yeah, back on Eric Ten Hag. I mean, of course, it's really early doors right now for us to really lavish too much good stuff about him. Too much for us to wax a lot of lyricals about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Ten Hag, it is when you have the right manager. I'm thinking Daryl, you can say about Klopp as well, right? That feel good factor. You know something is coming up with this guy. You just knew. You just cannot explain. It's sometimes inexplicable, but you just know it deep inside. You know that this is something. Do you think that's the guy that Eric Ten Hag? He has that factor.
I think he has the factor for me, but I feel that they United fans shouldn't be like thinking so far. I think for them getting a top four, step by step, there will be a good progress for them. Yeah.
Good progress. Champions League for Manchester United. Is it too early for us to actually
The way Daryl said it, he's
like was crying?
He was about to cry when he said that. Man. I can hear the voice breaking. I can hear
you know what's going to happen, right?
Uh,
Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Manchester United for Champions League.
wow.
Say that again.
Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, and
Hey, then Dark Horse?
Manchester United. Huh?
Dark Horse?
Dark Horse?
Ah.
That one is your Dark Horse, not our Dark Horse. That one is your Dark Horse.
Okay lah. So enough of Eric Ten Hag. Next week it will be his biggest test in his whole managerial career.
Next week, right? Yeah.
Aston Villa. All right. Joe, just
This week lah, this week lah.
This week.
week, yeah.
Oh, someone really keen and anticipating,
week,
huh?
Good evening.
Debut,
Alright.
okay?
We have come to the end of the section. Just hold on for 5 more minutes because we are dropping in the last clue of the night, Joe.
Yes.
The last clue of the night. Once that clue gets dropped in, DM us in our social media handles. So we've got our Instagram, which is of course Snapshot Studio, and also for Facebook, Snapshot Studio as well. Guys, this game is not open to Noah Chu, Mark Hosege, Muhammad Ridwan, Sunil Rai, Darren, Tiban, Joel, Robert, Anwari. All this not included.
I cannot play.
You guys can't play.
Cannot play.
You guys can't play.
Not part of
I
this.
logging out already.
Maybe Alif Ramzan also cannot play.
Yeah, Ali, you already got 50.
He got $50.
Hey, he's on course for $100.
Alright,
So
guys,
no.
this is the next and the last clue. So the first one
Yes,
was this. The first one
The first one.
I have played with Dennis Zakaria,
Mm.
and the second clue was I have won. Apa ini?
Oh, so I'm
sorry.
out.
So I'm sorry. Yeah, you're out. The second one is I have won 4 Premier League titles.
All
All
right.
right.
Titles. Huh?
And this is the last one.
The last one.
fellas.
Drop the
last
bad
one.
boy.
The last one. I used to play with the Torre brothers.
Alright. I used to play with the Toure brothers.
Colo.
Yes. All right, guys. So if I were to repeat the whole thing again, the first one is I have played with Dennis Zakaria. The second one is I've won 4 Premier League titles, and lastly, I used to play with the Torre brothers. So if you think that you know what's the
Slide it
answer,
in.
do not put in the comment sections. Anyone who put in the comment sections will be disqualified
Yes.
from the competition of the quiz.
Let's go.
DM us, Instagram or Facebook, and you will stand a chance to win with $50.
End of the month.
End of the month,
End of the month.
courtesy of Dips Momo at Snapshot Studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
go.
Somebody said the answer already.
I'm gonna ban one fella.
You know the answer already.
No, somebody said the answer
I'm
already.
gonna ban
Oh,
one
really?
fella.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna
No,
ban
that's
one
not the
fella.
answer, guys.
That's not the answer.
Okay.
Can we block Muhammad Ridwan maybe because we say that?
So,
All right,
guys, you
guys.
need to know.
Yes.
All right. DM us, guys. DM us.
Okay,
All
Joe.
right?
This is the fun part about football. Football is nothing without prediction.
Yes.
And we suck at it big time because why we predicted that Aston Villa was going to whip Newcastle. They did not. They did the
nobody
opposite.
predicted that. Don't come and talk here.
Let's go
Nobody
with the
predicted that.
mixers. Let's go. Okay, first, the first one to kick off. Ooh, El Clasico, Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. What a time to be alive. Let's
No,
go.
not watching.
This is the reason why Figo didn't want to go to Brentford.
So rude, Sunil. Nobody will be watching.
No. My
Actually,
I told you, right?
Uh,
I told you.
I'm starting
You know
to
why?
despise this guy.
Back in the day, when
This is the type of matches he will be watching.
This is the type of matches he will be watching. Which is why he's like this. Holding a knife anytime want to cut himself.
Back,
But
back, in,
because
back in the day,
after
6 years ago, this is what he watched in the
Steve
championship.
Bruce
also.
text. Steve Bruce text.
It's Steve Bruce race. After Saudi overtake him, he's like, are you watching this game?
No, nobody wants to watch this.
Nobody wants to watch this. Look at that.
Enak Mike Goreng there. Okay, let's go to Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Let's give it to Sunil Magpies for this El Clasico for the English game.
Let's go.
Nottingham Forest 5-0 drubbing. Do you think that will affect them psychologically going into this match against Brentford?
I think they will kena lah. They will kena from Brentford. Ivan Toney 2 goals, 2-0 Brentford.
Ivan Toney suspended lah. What kind of football?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Mbuemo.
No Tony and Wemo double. Okay.
Confidence, yeah. Ivan Toney 2 goals.
Really bringing our brain into big dispute.
Big time. Please, guys, please. We just prediction.
2-0.
Calm down.
2-0 Brentford. All right, let's
2-0
go on to the
Brentford. All
next
right,
one.
next one. Wolves, Brighton.
I mean, if you are not staying up for Nottingham Forest versus Brentford, that's shame on you. But you have to stay up for Wolves versus Brighton, man.
Have to.
I don't care where you are, what you do, what you have planned for the weekend.
This game was good.
This game you must watch. Wolves
Yes.
versus Brighton. A lot of goals expected. Champagne football.
better than
Daryl,
the Northwest Derby.
better than the Northwest Derby. Daryl, Brighton versus Wolves.
I'm going with Brighton.
Brighton.
1-0, 1-0, 2-0 Brighton.
Hey, Wolves, they are really in a bad shape, man.
Daryl, I want to ask you this, Daryl. If
Yeah.
Wolves were to lose this, is that the end of...
They got no manager. So they cannot sack anybody.
Really?
Yeah, no manager. Yeah.
So they can't. All right.
Another one. The
They
end of
probably
Wolves.
sacked Diego Costa, but Diego Costa got suspended already because of the red card. Right. So going 1-0 with Brighton for Wolves.
Yes.
All right. Joe, the next one.
Let's go. Man City versus Fulham.
If Haaland is playing, it'll be 5-0 lah.
FPL
Alan
captain,
playing lah. He was in the
don't know
Halloween
But
party.
he never trained yesterday. For
And
he
the
didn't.
Champions League.
and
Yeah, never trained.
Pep already said he's not going to
But
play
he was
in the
involved in
Sevilla.
the Halloween celebration. What?
That one can. Not celebration. We're not playing football. What?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good
So,
point.
but no lah. I think it's still a Man City win lah. 3-0.
3-0.
Deeps, you should know whether Haaland is playing or not.
And
Guru is Mio.
But Dips, I'm worried, because Man City win against Fulham. That means they will go on top of the table, and then a message will come in.
Exactly.
Let's see how Arsenal reacts to being knocked off from the top position. I'm scared lah right now. I don't know why, but I'm being shook by a Newcastle fan. Not gonna name
I
names.
think
lah.
this is where Newcastle, City takes an L. I feel
Joe.
Fulham will
Really?
do that.
Hey,
Joe,
Joe,
Joe.
you got to stop with your Fulham obsession.
Fulham has got to stop, man.
I think
Yeah.
Fulham will do the
They are
unthinkable.
playing at Etihad Day.
They will rip a new one.
This,
Leeds were playing at Anfield. What the
This-
hell are we
this-
talking
this-
about?
That one gone, era gone.
this is what happens when
Mitrovic
you're
is
host.
going to
This
teach
is what happens.
Ake. Mitrovic is going to teach Ake and Ruben Diaz what football is.
Okay,
Let's go.
but never
I'm
mind.
gonna
lah.
go
Haizam, if you're watching
one
a
Fulham
Haizam-
win.
No lah, Haizam won't watch lah. Even if he watch also, he say, yeah, it's okay. Typical Sydney.
That's all you say.
That's all he will
Next
say.
one, bro. Next one.
All right, Leeds
Daryl.
versus Bobo. Leeds,
Leeds versus Bournemouth.
Le Classique.
This
Who,
one
me
is
ah?
better than North London Derby.
No lah,
Yes,
Sunil lah.
Daryl.
We give Sunil lah.
Okay,
Sunil.
Sunil lah. Le Classique.
Leeds, I think Leeds will win 1-0.
1-0. Hey, Sunil, do you think right now, who's that? Jesse Marsh, is he out of the woods after that win?
No, not yet. I think
yet, huh?
it's probably just a breather for him, but yeah, he's still under scrutiny lah. If he keeps
Okay.
on
This is like when Steven Gerrard drove with Man City and got lifeline.
Oh yeah. Hey, you saw his celebration when Somerville scored the winner. He was playing guitar lah. He was playing guitar.
Like, bro, like, what the- like, celebrate also, like, celebrate with
Hey,
some sense.
you know why
like,
no? Now Liverpool fans will start to hate Jesse Marsh. So every single time when Leeds loses a match,
They will go on and attack.
because remember when Frank Lampard left at Klopp, after that he was in the back boost
Oh,
forever
yes,
for
yes,
Liverpool.
yes.
So watch out, Jesse Marsh. All right, so the next one is Everton versus Leicester. Daryl.
Everton.
I do it for Everton, meaning.
Hey, Leicester good
1-0.
form, bro. Daryl.
But I still play Everton, Goodison Park. I know, I always fancy them at Goodison Park.
Leicester's good. It's up and running around now.
Oh, but okay lah. He's
Okay.
pretty sure.
So what do you say? What do you say, Daryl? What do you say?
Everton win 1-0.
Everton won.
Everybody
Cal-
clean sheet, Everybody clean sheet so far.
Calvin Lewin is back. You know, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That'll be a good game to watch.
Tough lah. Good defense. Tough place.
And then
Skip
you go again. I was about to say the
No.
best game of the
Okay,
weekend.
Chelsea versus Arsenal. I'm gonna take this up. All right, because
here we
Arsenal, Arsenal players.
The wizard versus the prodigal.
Yeah, so Arsenal fans, the Arsenal players will be having cold feet because on Saturday night there will be a message coming in. So let's see how because of that message.
No, but it's not gonna happen.
Why?
Mitrovic will put an end to that.
Okay, if that does happen, then we will win the game.
What not
If
Mitro?
the message comes in.
But for real, like, if Fulham beats City and Arsenal win Chelsea, I think Arsenal this year champion.
Yeah, straight away.
I'm gonna go for that.
3 packet I order, I pay. Alright, chicken chop biryani strength.
I
Buntiong.
don't know. One
Oh, one Guinness,
one
I
Guinness.
pay this one, I pay straight to his place. Alright. But Chelsea versus Arsenal.
tips.
Oh, you give 2 tips,
These the tips.
Okay, lah, give 2 tips lah.
This game, I think
on,
it's got
Dave. I
draw-
know you want it.
It's a draw return.
You say
off.
the wrong stuff, the video come out,
No, I think it's going to be 1-1.
1-1. Fair enough.
1-1. Fair enough.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough. Okay. Alright.
Oh,
next
this one. Daryl.
Sunil. Sunil lah.
Oh, Sunil lah. Oh, Sunil. We go that way lah.
We go Daryl. We give
Daryl lah. Daryl, be careful, Daryl. Daryl, be careful, Daryl. Yep.
This game is interesting. Why? Because it's a
Good evening.
You predict wrongly. You're losing 2 potential customers.
I
Unai
I
first.
go with United lah. United also 1-0, 2-0.
Apa dah United this guy?
Macam is an upgrade. For that, I'll come alcoholic. this Saturday, they're having Sid Siram concert. Maybe after that, we'll come over. I'll call you there. I'll definitely call you.
Alright, so 1-0.
But you sure this Daryl, huh?
Yeah.
Back in the day, my brother is not like that. I need to know who is that right now. I need to know.
Good evening.
Good evening.
They say, right, only when you're on your deathbed, then you tell the truth. This is like end of an era, mah.
Sunil Rai.
Sunil Rai.
You cannot give it to
lah.
him. You cannot give it to him.
We do it
Anwar,
back
you all take it. You all take it.
We do.
We do.
Southampton, Newcastle.
Puto, this is a no-brainer,
No
bro.
brainer, what? Southampton lah.
Wait, 2-0. Bro, what are we talking about?
But wait.
It's
I think Southampton will do 1 over Newcastle in this
I
game.
think so too.
I think so too.
I think it'll be a 1-0 like snatch and go.
Don't have to
I
be sorry
think
about
it'll be
it.
3-0.
No need snatch.
That's
This
it.
one footballing lesson.
JWP, 2 free kick.
For,
Boom, boom,
for
bang.
the beef up Eddie Howe. Alright. Now he will get back to his old body. This is the game.
Like how TikTok's Akhtar Khan will say, game. That's
Game.
it.
Alright, let's go. I'm
Game.
looking 1-0 for Southampton.
1-0 Southampton.
Southampton.
Alright.
Okay.
Sunil is waiting. All the text is waiting.
Don't
now.
give him chance. Don't give him chance. Okay.
Alright, Dibs. Let's go, Dibs. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. Oh, sorry. Sunil. We give you-
Sunil.
Sunil. West Ham.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Oh, I think this could be a draw lah. I see this as a draw.
Tough.
Yeah, 1-1.
Very well.
London
What?
derby.
Yeah.
Because although they lost to Man U, I thought West Ham didn't play.
Very well.
Didn't
Very
play
well.
bad, no.
They
They
were
were.
missing Paqueta. They were missing him.
Yeah. 1-1.
1-1. Alright.
Tough game. Paqueta come back, but 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, we know why? Because before that game, we predicted his team to lose.
Yeah, that's why. Alright.
Yeah.
And then the game that's going to wrap up. the entire game.
Come on,
This
Daryl.
game is nice,
Daryl,
boys. This
please,
game.
Daryl.
This game is solid.
Hey, you close. Give Daryl the center stage.
Yeah. This game is
Daryl.
just-
You can do
Solid.
anything in your life, brother. Anything. Right? You can get involved, get engaged in any kind of vices in this world. One thing you can never do, never ever do, Daryl, is to lose to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, we don't lose to Tottenham.
Okay lah, then draw.
Daryl, don't do that. Daryl, please. Daryl, please.
Before that,
Draw.
these are the comments, these are the predictions
Go.
that's coming in for
Wait,
this.
which is the bigger game? Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Spurs,
I think the
Liverpool?
London game is
Aston Villa menu. Aston Villa menu biggest game.
No, that was the biggest game in your household.
in your household, right?
But outside your household, there's a bigger game.
I think Spurs Liverpool. Why? Because Spurs is the dark horse. They can smell the title.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Conte
Arsenal
will
cannot.
deliver. Conte will deliver according to
Yeah.
Noah. Daryl, this is
1-1.
your make or break, brother. This.
Okay, I think this is where we're going to do it. I think this
Daryl,
is
secretly
yes.
tell us the result. We won't share with
We won't
anybody.
share with you. Just tell us. But before that, I think all of us has predict this. I think we go with this. I'll start with this. I think this is where Liverpool is going to probably rip Spurs apart.
I think so too.
I think
I think
Liverpool's
so
gonna
too.
rip. I think it's been coming.
Yeah.
Because each time whenever they
They're
fall back,
smiling lah.
each time whenever they fall back, right? I'm still looking at that Bournemouth 9-0 win, man.
Yeah, but the last time they lost to Nottingham, they lose
They
again.
lost
What, 2
again.
leagues?
But Klopp will bring them back, lah.
Yeah lah.
Just pray to God,
Yeah lah.
Yeah, he'll bring them back.
I'm okay. Let's all of us predict. Alright, this I think is probably the biggest game
I think
outside of Tip's household. Okay, I'm going for just because of how they will play out against each other, because
Yeah.
Conte will be more than happy to surrender possession to Liverpool,
Yeah.
and when you give Liverpool a lot of the ball. I think right now, in terms of how Spurs are counter-attacking teams, they are good,
But not that good.
but they are not razor sharp.
Yeah.
Like what they, like how they were last season.
Yes.
I know from January to May, when they rip people apart on the counter, playing on the swivel.
Yeah.
I thought Spurs were the best last season.
But
Not
now-
this season.
no.
Not this
They've
season.
been found out.
And I think Liverpool will get in with a 2-1 victory.
Yeah.
You,
I think
Joe,
that
same?
one. I'm as much as I would want Spurs to win Liverpool, get Liverpool even more further, bury them 6 feet down under. It gives me the greatest joy. But I think they're winning this easy 3-0.
Whoosh.
Easy.
Okay, Sunil Magpies.
Liverpool 2-0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Go to third.
Good evening.
No, I see it otherwise. I think Spurs will win 1-0.
This guy spoiler
Spurs
nowadays.
win 1-0.
Spoiler nowadays.
But look at what the Spurs fans have said. Liverpool will win us 2-1.
Joe. If you are taking Noah seriously, then you need to attend therapy with Daryl.
My man.
So Daryl, 1-1 for you still? Are you still
1-1
sticking
still?
with it?
Yep.
Okay, is that a good result for Liverpool to go away from Tottenham with a 1-1 draw?
Yep.
Okay lah.
Yeah, because the next of Liverpool game is easy. They are playing Southampton.
Aston Villa.
No. Actually, they are playing quite tough games,
Who are they playing?
Yeah. So next games for Liverpool is Southampton, and
Okay.
then they are playing Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yes.
Tough.
After the Southampton is the World Cup break, right?
World Cup break,
Yes, after World Cup. So after the World Cup, straight after that is the first game is Aston Villa.
After World Cup, this is what I heard, guys. Don't take it for what it is. Just take it as with a pinch of salt. After the World Cup, if Arsenal will still top, they will null and void the league.
I think Mikel Arteta is the first person, we're talking about World Cup.
Hey,
break,
sudah lah, you see.
No,
I know
I
what
think-
he's about to say, because he will be the first guy to go top, alright, but don't win the title.
No. I'm just trying to say.
Liverpool have done that, what?
Liverpool done it before?
Yeah. No, so I'm trying to say is Mikel Arteta is the only one in the world right now who doesn't want the World Cup to happen.
Oh yeah lah.
Yeah, actually that's true.
No lah. No lah. Sunil Magpies also don't want the World Cup to go. Okay, guys. But with that, we call it a day. All right, we call it a night. Really good fun to have all of them together once again.
Definitely, yes.
We had our game, all right, which is guess who I am for this one.
Yep.
This one, all right. So if you have the answer right now, please slide into the DM Napshot Studio, both on Instagram and also Facebook. And then we need the 3 answers. There will be 3 different set of quiz. All right.
Yes,
Only at the end of the month, and we will get all the 3 consolidated, and then we'll pick the rightful winner end of the month. Joe, $50. Very easy.
Very
One way to beat inflation is to watch Napshot
You
Studio.
don't even need to play FPL.
The best way for you, right, to
Correct.
actually beat inflation. But then again, with us, this is now with us, Daryl, and Daryl. One more time, pull the plug, bro. If they want to have good fun, watch good football.
with good
When
food,
Arsenal
with
is
good
playing,
drinks.
of course, good drinks, chicken chop biryani. Where should they find all this?
Come down to Alcoholics, Aliwal Street, bros.
Okay,
Alright.
alcoholics.
Daryl, do
Sorry.
they play United games?
They do.
Yeah, definitely.
They do. Oh yeah, Basugo is a United fan, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Aliwal Street, Daryl, thank you so much for taking your time out. Don't worry, if you lose against Spurs, you know you're coming up again. No, that one standard procedure. Huh? All right, and then we have Momo also. Momo, thank you so much for
Momo,
coming
thank
up.
you.
Brilliant stuff. Always Aston Villa guy. Always loud and proud when it comes to his team. But he will never watch their match. But he will know every game.
I
that they
watched the match and we lost 4-0. That is why I don't watch matches.
They played well in the first half.
Yes, only.
The Hulk is coming out, guys. The Hulk is coming out.
And also, Sunil, enjoy your weekend, bro. I hope we can actually catch you again next week. Of course, if you guys react nicely after being beaten by Southampton,
this?
and then 50 not enough, 100. I can.
Read one, you get the other 50 for us.
Another 50 by not guessing, you will get it ready from
Yes.
us. All right, take it as a donation from us. All right, but with that, take it from all of us, Snapchat Studio. Keep it locked here. Stay safe. All right, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your football. We shall see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Snapchat Studio. Big
And we
focus.
end up with